Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome. And thank you for joining us on this glorious evening as we embark on our journey on the road to glory.
What's up, party people of the LSG? What's up, party people of the SFL? What's up, party people all over the country, all over the nation, all the party people in the chat? Look at, we got the hype train level 2 going already. I'm starting to see a few names I haven't seen in here in a minute. Glad to see everybody. We're going to get to the party people here in just a moment, but let me tell you this. We have a jam-packed show tonight. We're probably going to go almost 2 hours, and we're doing that just for Ike McBride so she can stay up late. And hopefully she's not on vacation anymore, but it is what it is. Ike, sorry, it's going to be a big show. Listen, we've got some members from the Season 18 champion Baltimore Vultures coming on the show. We have 2 different segments of breaking news, one about halfway through the show, one near the end of the show. We have a very special guest who has never been seen or heard in the SFL. Tonight's the night, baby. Believe it or not. I know you guys are all on the edge of your seat. I get it, because I'm on the edge of my seat too. But speaking of being on the edge of our seats, maybe we should go and check and see who's going to be joining us tonight. My normal partner in crime is not here tonight, but taking his seat in the white corner, the man, the myth, the legend, the Cuban Missile himself, the Greg Soto is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Greg, what's up? How's it going? What's kicking? What's cracking? How you been, man?
Let's go. This is amazing, man. Brown guy in a white bot. I love it. I love it. The brown guy finally got to be on the top tier.
Listen. All right, it's
3
like,
seasons it took for me to get up here.
Hey, you realize that like in less than 2 hours, that shit's all gone, right?
Well, I mean, at least you gave the brown guy something at the last show.
Hey, you know what? Charles is brown sometimes. Yeah, if he spends a lot of time in the sun, maybe. I don't know.
In his third eye once in a while.
Hey, yo, everybody. Welcome to the program. All right, Soto, let me hit the chat real quick, and then I'm going to have you introduce who is in the red square tonight, in the red corner, and who's in the blue corner. Let's check out the party people in the chat first. The first person in subscribing at Tier 1 again for the 18th consecutive month. My main man, Bullet Buletsky, in the house. Bullet, good to see you. Nate Hall, I see, is here as well. Eagle Mondavi in the chat. Good to see you, Eagle. The lovely, amazing, perfect Pink Lisa's in the house. I see Twin Screw, Albert Begin, another TV viewer, Art Vandalay, Bearded Android, Bob Funk, Bo, Morpheus, Junior, Crazy Ace 2000. That's Dwayne from St. Louis, perhaps. We got Dane Train 821, Danny J Rock, good to see you. David Leathers is in the house. Eddie Gage, what up, Doe? Extra More, Gunny, McGuire, Ike McBride, Jacob Clear, King Rashid, Evan Lacey, also known as Van Lacey, in the house. Nate Hall, Packer Fred, Ray is here, everybody. My man Dave Terry from San Antonio's in the house. Shannick 4413, not sure who you are, but welcome to the program. Sneaky Tina Begin. Tina, we hope you're feeling better. For those of you listening, Tina, unfortunately, has fallen under the weather and found out today she has COVID. So thoughts and prayers with Tina, and hopefully it's a mild case. The Mighty Joe Young, good to see you, guy here. Greg Soto, of course. Tyler Falk, what's up? I saw your show earlier tonight. Wiggy, which is Jack Wigmore. We've got Frank, the franchise, Wade, and is that Hunter? Is Hunter here too? I think Hunter Norwood's in the house. Hunter, is that you, bro? Let me see if I missed anybody. If I missed you, go ahead and at me in the chat, and I'll get all over you. That's what she said. All right, Soto. Who do we got in the red corner tonight, bro?
All right. Well, in the red corner, one of my new bosses, Yogi Bar.
Yogi. Uh-oh. His camera's not working. Do you have your camera on, Yogi?
Yep.
It's just.
I was going to say, in the red box, we now have my
black hole.
New boss.
My ex-boss. Yogi.
Yes, sir.
You sure you have everything turned on right?
Yeah.
I got the link, bro. I put the link in there. All right.
Share your screen is on.
Yeah, everything. You got the.
Should I go look at the ninja?
Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna do it one more time. Yeah. Sometimes do you have
Careful with
do you have
those
your
ninjas.
do you have the camera off at the computer? You might
I'm
want to
gonna
check that.
go. I'm gonna go look at the ninja.
All right. Why don't you check that out while Soto tells us who's in the blue corner?
And right under me in the blue corner, another one of my new bosses, Mr. Albert Begin.
Mr. Albert Begin, what's up? Welcome back to the show. It's been a minute, bro. How you feeling about this whole ownership? Like a week in already.
It's exciting. I found out some things behind the curtain.
Did you meet the Wizard of Oz yet?
I did, and he's as ugly as everyone says.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna throw it out
I
there.
tried to warn you, man. I tried to warn you.
It's okay. Sometimes you gotta see that beast for itself.
People just don't seem to listen for some reason. Well, as we figure out what is going on with Yogi's camera, Yogi, you may just have to back out, send me a new OBS Ninja link, and then I'll hook you
Okay.
up, bro.
We will do what we have to do.
All right, that sounds good. In the meantime, like I mentioned at the top of the program, we have a huge show. We have 18 different people coming on the show, so we want to get things started as quickly as possible. But Soto, before we go to Bullet to kick things off, we have to start with every week, and it's basically what the hate chart, I guess we call it, or whatever we call this. And listen, of course, everybody in the precinct gets it wrong. They get it wrong in week 14. They get it wrong in the quarters. They get it wrong in the semis, and Netba got it wrong that we talked about with Tyler, the semis, and of course they finally get it right, but it happens at the finals, man.
That happens. In this list, actually, I like to call it the 2 and 10 list. I mean, I know there's other numbers there, but
right.
I've always liked to refer it as the 2 and 10 list.
It is. You know what? And it's funny. I just talked to Tyler about that yesterday. And Tyler, you know what? Tyler's a good sport about all this too. It's funny. But the thing that always kills me, and it's not just a 2 and 10. There's so many 3 and 9s and 4 and 8s and stuff in there too. But
yeah. Hey, Tyler, if you do make those shirts, I'll buy one. I'll buy a 2 and 10 shirt.
Oh, is he making shirts? Oh, that would be.
He mentioned something briefly, I think, on one of his shows. He might have to put out a 2 and 10 shirt.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. All right. So anyway, folks, there you go. Finally, the who you got it right. But check this out. It says in there, you may not be able to see it on the screen. It's kind of small for you, but I'll read it. The final count, Greg, check this out, for the entire season was 76 wins and 79 losses. It was a 49% win percentage, the worst in SFL history this season. And I only have one question for you. Do you think it's because so many people were picking against Lone Star all season?
Well, I mean, not only that, but they picked against a couple of other teams that made a good showing, like Tulsa. They were picking against them. So there's a couple of teams that made it into the playoffs, that probably people, didn't have them on their radar. So I think that's why that record stands like that.
Yeah, I agree. Real quick, Albert, while we're waiting on Yogi one more time, what's your take on the poor who you got showing this season for the SFL party people?
I gave it a 2 and 10. I mean, it is what it is. People got to pick who they want. Pick us as the underdog. We feed off it. It doesn't bother me.
Well, yeah, but like what Soto was saying though, right? It's not just people picking against Lone Star. Tom Rahman, good to see you, bro. Yogi, mute your OBS Ninja, bro. Who else did I see jumped in? I saw Tom Rahman, but Albert, like Greg was saying. Oh, I'm waiting for Yogi to mute. There we go. It's not just us. I mean, it's like, was this just a particularly tough year to pick winners?
I think so. I think there was a lot of teams, a lot of schedules underachieved this year that achieved the year before, and there was more out of them. Like some teams were in the playoffs last season, and this season they could barely go over 600. I mean 500. So I mean, right. It is what it is.
All right. Well, hey Yogi, I know your OBS Ninja's working. I think there's the button probably on the bottom of your toolbar or something that turns your camera on and off. Because you just have black, or you need to slide the thing. Do you have a little slider over the what do you call that? The lens. It's going to be something.
I would have expected this from Albert, not from Yogi.
Not from Yogi, I know, right? Well, let's move on while we're waiting for Yogi to get his act together. Let's check out one of the segments that we do, and I'm sad to say this is the last time we'll ever hear this. Friends of LSG from around the SFL, and our man Bullet Beletsky, the reigning the current new MVP of the SFL. Bullet, welcome back to the program, and congrats on the award, bro.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. It was a team award, really. It was my team really rallied around me this year. Stuff all around, so I humbly accept for the entire team.
Well, I see you have 5 bullet points for us. So the final 5 bullet points ever in the history of the world. Get ready to go down right now. So, Bullet, when you're ready, go ahead and knock out bullet point number 1 for us. And for those, real quick, let me tell you, we've got about double the numbers we normally have. Lots of people coming in tonight. Like I said, if you jump in, I see Zach Holdorf is in the house. Some other people jumping in. If I haven't given you a shout out, just at me in the chat. Oh, Rain Rose in here too. Rain Rose in the house. Oh, TJ, good to see you, TJ. A couple other people, it looks like. If I haven't thrown you a shout out, just at me. I'll shout you out, especially tonight. I mean, it's the last show. We're going to do whatever we want to do. We're going to break the rules. We might even make some new rules. I don't know what we're going to do. Kendra Hall, good to see you. I don't know did I miss you earlier? You might not have been in there before. Good to see you, Kendra. Thanks for being here. And Danny J. Rock 37. Bullet, final 5 bullet points. And whenever you're ready, you can knock out bullet point number 1. These are based, for those of you who don't know, off of the previous show. So Bullet says, let me see how bad these guys are on the show, and I'll make fun of them at the beginning of the next show. So Bullet, go ahead, bro.
Before I begin, Dave, just for once, since the show is going to be a million hours long anyway, just wanted to say one thing, if you don't mind. Okay.
Do your thing, bro.
So I just wanted to thank you and Charles for inviting me into your little clan here at Lone Star. This has been a blast to do this show for the last season. I really appreciate it. And just to piggyback on that, I found the SFL during COVID, during the very beginning of COVID, and it was a really cool concept and it piqued my interest. But your show, your original show, the Dave Axis show, kept my interest in this league, and it was because of your show that I stuck around. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Wow, thank you for that, bro. I appreciate that. I really do. That means a lot. Now,
all true, my man.
Now you can go make fun of us.
All right, now I can stick it to you one last time.
Now you can stick it to me one more time, baby.
You're getting stuck on this first one, Dave. So here we go.
I know. I already saw. As soon as I pulled it up, I saw my name already, bro.
All right, bullet point number 1. Okay, so Dave started off the show right with a massive glass of wine that I swear could fill a bathtub. Then he lost me when he got all fancy schmancy as he described the wine he was drinking as a petite blend of Petite Syrah and Petite Verdot. I was not alone in wanting to jump through the screen, grab that wine glass, pour it all over his pink bedspread and pillows, and hand him a Bud Light. Diva Dave indeed.
Sleeves and all, bro. I'm a diva till the end. Bullet point number 2.
Okay, number 2. Albert was introduced by Charles as someone who will lead you to safety in reference to Albert's very odd, alien-looking, lit-up-like a Christmas tree headset. Albert said he was coming deep from outer space, like Charles tells him all the time. Charles denied ever saying that, to which Albert replied, "You will soon." Dave then noticed that Albert's microphone looked like E.T.'s finger was hanging from the side of the headset, and of course, Albert asked him if he wanted to touch it. Methinks that Albert might have shared his pain meds with the panel before the show. That's what I call an introduction. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did. So speaking of which, Albert, real quick, before we get on to bullet point number 3, Yogi, you're good now, by the way. I can see you. What's going on with the headset situation tonight, bro?
Actually broke.
What? It lasted one show? One show?
Yeah.
It looks like he gave it to Yogi.
I did.
That's why Yogi's having camera issues now.
That's exactly why.
Wait,
co-owners. We share everything.
Where did you get that? Because I want to make sure I don't shop there.
I got that off of, I think it was Wish. No lie.
Well, I wish you still had your headset. How about that? Hey, yo. But
Hey.
I'll be here all night, folks.
Oh, great.
Real quick, before we get to bullet point number 3. Shit, I'm glad we're not doing these next week. Before we get to bullet point number 3, a few more peeps jumping in the house. I think I said Twin Screw already. Bob Funk is here. Crazy Canuck in his house. Good to see you, bro. Swole, what's up? I got a little surprise for you on Friday, Swole, if you're around. Cam Curtis is in the house too. Good to see Cam Curtis as well as we move on to bullet point number 3, Bullet.
Okay, number 3. When introduced, the Cuban Missile was happy to report that he was not wearing pants for the show, holding true to the old adage, rock out with your banana hammock out.
Is that confirmed, Soto?
Put your pants on.
Put your
Maybe.
Albert, take a look. Albert, look up. What do you see, bro?
That's Joe Boo.
Baby holding an apple. It's crazy.
That's
Joe
Joe
Boo.
Boo.
Oh,
That's Joe
Joe
Boo. That's
Boo.
not Greg.
That's awesome. Ethan, it looks like Ethan Kai and James Klein joining us as well. Welcome to the very last Sweet 16th ride on the road to glory as we're moving on to bullet point number 4.
Number 4. In a surprise to no one, DJ Gunny scratched, sampled, and maybe even sniped his way to winning Lone Star Model of the Year. His impressive skills on the ones and twos has him hanging with celebrities and elevating his Q rating to ridiculous heights. The most badass DJ the Marine Corps has ever seen can now add this to his prestigious award resume. Congrats, Gunny.
Yeah, Gunny, dude, the whole tilted hat to the side thing, that was just off the chain. He's the man for sure.
He's
That's
the
what
man.
that's what she said. I think I missed you earlier. I see you in here now. Thanks for being here tonight. And Philco's 81, and I saw one more. I said Ike McBride earlier, I think. Maybe that's it. All right, Bullet, let's wrap this shindig up, bro. The very final bullet point in the history of the world is?
Okay, bullet point number 5. I think it's very appropriate that it's about the D. So here we go. Mike All came out guns blazing when he said that the Ritz toasted chips he was featuring during his segment were bent like Dave's penis. Dave didn't dispute this and even confirmed that Mike did in fact have that firsthand knowledge. Mike then suggested that he and Gunny can do a tag team at Gunny's next wedding gig. Mike was definitely on the prowl. Go get it, Mike. If you run into any issues, just go ask Bo, who definitely knows the D. And that is all.
That is all. Bullet, thank you so much, bro. Not just for tonight, but for always having these ready to go, not just on this show, but when you started it out on Access Live. And, just your friendship and your personal support and your support of all the shows we've done in Lone Star. We really appreciate you, bro, and I'm going to miss you, man.
Feeling is mutual, Dave. Appreciate this.
All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, the last 5 bullet points from the previous show. If you have any questions, go ahead and DM Bullet because I'm not answering that shit. So let's jump right on into the championship, a season 18 championship game. Lone Star last week at Baltimore, coming up short, 38-14. It was a really good game. Baltimore jumped out to a 17-0 lead. Lone Star came back, tied it up 17 all. Baltimore, I think it was who returned that? Who returned that? Do you guys remember?
Ivory Irvin.
Ivory Irvin. Okay.
Yeah, Irvin.
Returned the as soon as we tied it up, he let us be tied for about 20 seconds and ran the kickoff back for a touchdown. Baltimore scored again after that. We scored one more time, and then that was a wrap. It was a great game overall. It was very competitive. Soto, before we go to our Baltimore guests in the chat, give me your overview of the season 18 championship game.
It was. I knew it was going to be tough. I felt that we were pretty evenly matched. And like I said, leading up to it, we were going to have to. If they scored, we had to score. If they made a play, we had to make a play. It was just going to be, back and forth, I believe, and that happens. It didn't turn out that way. I thought when we tied it up, I thought that was going to be a good turnaround, and we were going to go ahead and do that. But yeah, that kickoff return and then not being able to stop another drive of theirs and have them score there was tough. But other than that, I really thought that we gave them a good game for 3 quarters. I won't talk about the first quarter, but from that point on, I think we were able to do something. we'll learn from mistakes that were made and have them not happen again.
I
So
get it. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Albert, let me go to you next because I have a special question for Yogi. Um, the kick return for a touchdown was rough. Well, it was huge. It was kind of I think that was kind of the momentum breaker, if you will. But how much do you think of it was the fact that we had to come down, we had to come back from 17 down just to get things to even? Do you think the exhaustion played a part of that at all? Because I believe when Eddie was calling the game with Cam, and I didn't see it, but late in the game, they said some of our players were tired, and even myself looked like I went off for a breather. Did we just put too much energy into coming back and maybe got winded and wasn't able to finish it?
I just think that it was a drag out game, and then when you go and you get back in the game and everything looks great, and you get that one guy that just punches you in the gut so hard, it just makes everything go flat. I mean, we did have a spark to get back in the game, but I don't think it was enough momentum to put us over that devastating blow with that kick return.
Yeah, that was definitely. I think somebody else in there just said it was a backbreaker. Yogi, before I go over to, we got T Pat in the house, Wigmore's here, and T Roy's here with us tonight. Before I go to them, you and I have been here since day one, and is it? So we put together a 5-season plan that we wanted to win a championship by season 19. We are definitely on track for that, getting to the championship game in season 18. I don't think we're going to take very many steps back, if any, next season. As you look back at where we were with one player on the roster, Juke and Rook, and the one holdover from Seattle, what we've accomplished in 4 quick seasons as basically a brand new team. Um, Talk about that. Talk about the pride you feel in that. And are you surprised, or do you think that we just set a plan out and we worked it? Oh, you're muted, bro. Hold on. Yep, you're muted, bro.
I'm muted.
Of course,
I'm muted.
Of course, I gotta have at least one of those on the last
You
show.
gotta.
Right?
I
Gotta
had to
have
give
one.
you that.
You did
I had
that.
to
I
give
have
you
a
that.
feeling Yogi did that shit on purpose. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did. We definitely had a plan and we worked it hard. From day one, we got the right people in here. Uh, the ones that weren't right, we replaced, and figured out, muddled our way until we had the exact right amount of people in our locker room. I'm enjoyed every season. Every season we seem to have gotten better, and I don't think we're going to take a step back next year. I think we'll be back in the running, and I'd love to get back and play them again next season.
That would be great. Hubba Breezy, welcome to the show, bro. Good to see you. David Leathers, I don't know if I said earlier that you were here, but ladies and gentlemen, the man with the best first name in the entire SFL, David Leathers, is in the house, along with my favorite quarterback in the whole wide world, Ace Fennick. Good to see you as well. Wow, we got a lot of people in here today. It's almost like it's like the last show, and we have a bunch of breaking news and a bunch of crazy shit. It's really weird. Yogi, thank you, bro. That being said, as we are on the rise to trying to compete for a championship season in and season out, let's bring in the co-owner of the team that is already where we want to be. And we bring T-Pat back to the show from last week. T-Pat, first of all, welcome back to the show. GG, I mean, good game, bro. We just fell a little short. You guys played great, and congratulations on the win.
Thanks. Good to be here. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can get you perfect.
Cool.
So, T-Pat, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Soto. Give me kind of your overview of what you saw go down on Saturday.
Yeah, we certainly jumped out to an early lead. We had 2 good drives. I was pretty happy with those. And then you guys really battled back. And honestly, I thought it was going to be at the point that you guys tied it, I thought it was just going to be a back and forth, like 1-score game to the finish. Ivory Irvin returning that kick was huge. And then we were kind of able to, I don't know, get enough stops here and there to keep you guys from scoring. And some of those games, they're just like a slow grind towards the finish, and that's kind of how it felt. We had a couple of We traded a couple of 3-and-outs there at the end, but thankfully made enough plays to win the game. Warren Murray broke a couple of really big runs that also made a big difference, I think.
Yeah, Warren Murray was a beast. T. Roy, let me bring you in, bro. First of all, it's been a minute since you've been here, man. Where you been?
Busy and trying to get Baltimore, at this point, and we're fortunate enough that we was able to get the win against a very tough team representing Lone Star there. So it's been working hard.
I mean, technically, you should have spent more time on my show and less time game planning. It might have been a better game that way. Just saying.
I don't do any of the game planning. I just get everybody ready to go. I do nothing with the game plan. That's TJ, T-Pat, and Jack Wickmore on that one.
There you go. Hey, so as you watch the game on Saturday, I think there's a general consensus that Ivory Irvin's touchdown kick return was probably the game-changing moment. First of all, would you agree with that? If you don't, tell me what you think it was.
Well, I think that was the game-changing moment because you guys did march down the field and got that touchdown to basically tie it up. So the pressure was on us to basically respond to that touchdown. And Ivy Irvin, the special teams that we call the snipers, just decided to take it into their own hands with that great kick return. And that literally did change the game. That was the turning point. I think Warren Murray jump started our offense in the first quarter with that screenplay that broke it to the goal line. But yeah, Ivy Irvin was the turning point in that game for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wiggs, let me bring you in here, bro, for a second. If I told you last week when you were on the show that you would throw for no touchdowns and have 2 interceptions, do you think you still would have had the same chance to win the game? Because that's what you did, which was shocking. But what you guys did is you really just relied on Warren Murray, and he just tore it up for 4 touchdowns.
Well, I don't think knowing that I would have felt so good about it, but I think I'm confident in the fact that we know how to get our offense down the field in different ways. And there were a few times, we were, 1-2 yards out, and we just had to punch it in. And, that's really what, both of our backs are for. Both of those guys can punch it in when we need them to. And especially with APF, anytime you're throwing down near the goal line is really risky and not really something you want to do. So I think anytime you can get inside the 5 and you can be content to run the ball, and especially with guys like T-Roy and Warren, that's definitely a spot that we were glad to be in, even though my specific stat line wasn't the best.
Yeah, I agree with that. We actually gave up earlier in the season. We gave up a couple pick sixes, I believe, and we were like inside the 5-yard line, and we throw that screen pass, and boom, they're running it back for a touchdown. Next thing you know, T-Pat, let me go around the horn one more time with you guys real quick. This is your 3rd championship. Is this one sweeter? Was it harder? What makes this one different from the other 2?
I don't know. That's kind of a tough question to answer. It takes a little bit of reflection. I think every season has its own challenge. Like I was saying before we even played the game, every team is different. Every team has a different roster makeup. And so the season for us is really and for me particularly, is a process of learning what we do well, what's working, what's not working. And so I definitely...
Oh, did we lose T-Pat? I think he fell off.
Yeah,
oh, there you go. Now you're back. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just saying it's kind of like asking which child you love the most. They're all just a little different.
They are just a little different, but everybody loves one child but more than their others. You know that, bro. Come on.
I don't have any children. So.
All right, T-Pat, thanks always for being here. Thanks for coming on the show when we ask you. Thanks for supporting the shows. We've really appreciated you being here. And congratulations again, and big kudos to the Baltimore franchise. You guys are a class organization, and you're literally the class of the SFL right now.
Wow, thank you so much.
You got it, bro. T-Roy, let me bring you back in here one more time. Last season, you guys cruised through the season undefeated. You lost the last game of the season in London, I think, but pretty much you went undefeated. This season, though, you lost a couple games a little earlier. Do you feel like that made this championship more of a struggle, or did those losses help you focus more down the stretch?
I don't think it was a little bit more of a struggle. It was just, the teams did outplay us. The two teams that beat us, which is Lone Star. Sorry, I know you wish it was Lone Star. I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait, to rub that.
Arizona.
Hey, you want to rub that in one more time? I can play the back. I can play the
No,
tape
I
back.
do not want to do that, my brother. I'm sorry.
That's next season.
Yeah, that's next
Well,
season. So don't say that's next
I
season.
hope not, but I understand where you're coming from. But I hope not. You guys are scary. I meant to say Arizona and DC.
Yeah.
But one thing I was looking forward to this season is that we want to have this pressure on our backs. I think we was going to respond better this season than we did in season 16. I think those two losses just allowed us to, focus more and understand that, hey, it's any given sim day.
Right.
We can take an L, so we gotta be more mentally prepared. So I don't think it was a struggle at all. It just helped us to regain our focus and put our hands in the dirt and get back to work. And we was fortunate enough to come out on top this year.
Got it. Before I go to Wig for the last question, T. Roy, again, I want to say the same thing I said to T. Pat. I appreciate you always coming on the shows when we need you. If you're available, appreciate all the support you've given us. I'm gonna miss you, bro, and good luck next season, but not against Lone Star.
So I said, I'm going to miss you. It's gonna be very different not having you doing this. I was hoping you was gonna come back, but it's gonna be very different. It's a sad day for me because you've been very supportive of me. I think you were one of the first people that congratulated me personally after we won our first championship in season 15, and you've been very supportive of me, and I can't miss this episode. I'm sorry that you're leaving. If you can, if it's possible, if you want to exchange numbers, we gotta stay in touch.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'll DM you my number later.
And I will DM you mine.
All right, perfect. T. Roy, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. God bless you.
All right, you too, bro. Master Guns in the house. What's up, Master Guns? Good to see you in the crowd, bro. Wig, we're gonna wrap this segment up with you, bro. And now, refresh my memory. You've been the quarterback the last two championships, but not the first one. Right? The first one is you came in halfway through the season of the second ring. Is that right?
I was halfway through the first one. So
halfway through the first one. Okay, all right. Oh, so you got all three?
Yep.
Damn, it seems like you just got here and you've been here that long. You already got 3 rings. Damn, bro. Well, let me ask you then, like I asked T Pat. You came in then your first season halfway through, and you took them the rest of the way and you won it. The next season you guys fell short, but then now you win back to back. Is one season feel more, and maybe just because you only played the half season of one season, but does one mean more to you than the other? Or how do you break down the 3 different experiences?
I think the first one is always going to be special to me. And I know it's going to be special to this whole franchise as well, especially, TJ and T-Pat, who, T-Pat had won one before, but, TJ had been in this league for so long and had always fallen short of that championship. And just, working with him all season, I knew how much that meant to him to finally get one. And just for all of us in Baltimore who had been with the franchise, I'd only been there, playing in 6 games. There have been guys that have been in the league for years and have never been able to get a championship.
Yeah.
So just being able to finally see that and to see all the guys finally be able to experience that was so awesome.
That is awesome. As everybody's spreading my phone number in the Gen chat, apparently I have multiple phone numbers now. But Wiggs, I just want to echo the same thing I told T-Pat and T-Roy. You've always been good to us here at both shows. You've always been kind to Lone Star. And I appreciate you always being willing to come on the show and hanging out with us and talking about the games. And good luck next season as you guys go for your 4th ring, man.
What am I going to do with my time now, Dave? I don't have your shows to watch.
Well, I guess you could start calling some of these numbers in the chat and just blow those people up, I guess.
Of course. But perfect. Yeah, thank you for everything, Dave. And, we're going to miss you here.
My pleasure, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. All right, folks, there's T-Pat, T-Roy, and Wiggs from your Season 18 champion, Baltimore Vultures, back-to-back, 3 of the last 4. I'm just going to go to one of you right now. Soto, I think I'm going to go to you real quick before we hook Nate up with his great plays right now. But Here in Baltimore, first of all, classy organization and humble. And they're never the type of owners that go into Gen Chat and talk their shit, or in the game chat and talk their shit. They're above that. How does it feel for Lone Star to almost be on that level with the best team in the league?
It feels good, man. It feels good. Like you talked before, I think we're ahead of schedule by year, and it feels good. I really feel that we have pieces in place to continue this type of run. I do fully expect us to be in the playoffs next season, and from more seasons to come. I really do feel that LSG has the right game plan, not only for a 5-year game plan. I believe this game plan is good for multiple years, year after year, and be one of those teams that will always be in the playoff, and it will always be a headache. And hopefully, we'll get there at one point. Hopefully next year we'll go back to the championship game, and whoever we're facing, we could start the process of our maybe dynasty here. As long as we don't become the Buffalo Bills of the 90s, make it. That's one thing.
Right.
It'd be great. Don't get me wrong. It'd be great to make it there. A lot, but I'd like to at least win one.
Yeah, I get you. Bryant Dynasty in the house. What is it like? 11 a.m. where you are? Aren't you supposed to be at work or something, bro? And why are we thanking Dave? Because I'm Dave. What the hell's wrong with you, bro? Nate, let's bring you in, bro, and let's do your very last Nate's Great Plays of the Week. Nate Hall, welcome back to the show. What's going on, bro?
Not a whole lot. Ready to get these 5 plays down for the final time that you'll hear this voice.
There you go. Well, I'm sure they'll hear your voice in games and stuff.
Well, yeah, broadcasting and stuff, but on the show.
There you go. All right, well, go ahead and knock us out with the top 5 plays, Lone Stars plays for the championship game.
At number 5, James Stroll hits a 50-yard field goal with 7:20 left in the second quarter to start the scoring off for us.
Yeah, Crazy Canuck, this is the wrong start for
controversy of conspiracy theorists with a 50-yard field goal coming for Troll. Lone Star trying to get on the board, put it back to a 2-score game, and Troll nails it.
Hold on a second. I don't know why, but all right, there was no audio for that play for some reason. But go ahead, Nate. What do we got for number 4?
Number 4, one last time we get to see the ace to deuce connection for this season with a beautiful 2-yard touchdown with 6:24 left in the third quarter.
Okay, Ike telling me they did hear audio.
Second and 7 at the 34. This drive has been a time suck, and it's intercepted. And back the other way, Albert Begin with blockers. Begin gets a block, 50. One man to beat Albert Begin. 40, 35, 30.
Yeah, this was supposed to be...
This is where that other player named Albert Begin does
I don't know.
something.
It's not like he did anything in the game anyway.
This was number 3. So this play was supposed to be number 3, right. Albert Begin.
He's an owner now.
Saves the touchdown.
So Albert's first touchdown, that was supposed to be number 3. So this was supposed to be number 4?
No, this was supposed to be number 2.
Oh my gosh, Becky. I love that we're all over the place. All right, so number 2 in your programs. Go ahead.
Number 2 on the list, Worms one-handed touchdown grab with 50 seconds left in the second quarter. I'm glad we got this all straightened out.
To McBride. Now they're going to throw, and they're throwing in the a one-handed catch by the Worm. Touchdown!
Yeah.
Lone Star, what a play on the goal line.
Adam Williams, someone clipped that. That's a top 10 play for sure.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I knew Albert was going to give me shit if I did it, so Adam and I got together before the game. I'm like, dude, catch your touchdown with one hand. I'll catch all of mine with 2 hands and make Albert feel guilty. Go ahead.
All right,
so this is number 2.
This is number 4.
Okay. All right, number 4.
Here's your number 4 play, the ace to deuce connection for the 2-yard touchdown in the third quarter.
3rd and goal at the 2. Fennec going to throw. Fennec gets a touchdown, Lone Star. 16 unanswered. It's ace to deuce.
No, we did not.
No, you know what I think happened? I think you send these to Ace, And Ace was like, "This is the last show. I don't care. I'm gonna put me and my brother up there." I bet you that's what Ace did. Ace is like, "Screw what Nate says." All right, the number one top play. I think we all can agree on this.
Right.
Yep. Go ahead.
He did get this one right, and I'm so happy he did because number one, Albert makes the list twice with this 54-yard pick six of a beauty.
227.
With 8:24 left
Gonna go
in the
5
game.
wide for Wigmore. Wigmore steps up, hit as he threw, passes intercepted at the 50 with room to return. It's Albert begin again. 35-30. Albert begin. 20, 10, touchdown Lone Star. Ivory Irvin not fast enough this time, and the Glory right back in it.
The best part of that is that when we were watching the game, Albert, for some reason, always has the feed later than everybody else. So we're all celebrating. Albert's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And then he's like, "Oh my God, I scored a touchdown." I'm like, and we were already done. We're already done celebrating.
We're already done celebrating.
Albert's over here like thinking it's the first time he's ever seen it before.
Well, the better question is, why couldn't he run the first one back too? I mean, come on, Albert,
Right.
help your team out a little bit. Jeez.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Unbelievable.
He couldn't wait for his blocking on that first one.
Yeah,
That's
what it was. Impatient Albert. I think that's what we call him.
I was trying to get Nate to play. What do you guys want from me? All right?
Impatient Albert, IA. It's the opposite of AI, but totally different. All right. Nate, thanks for doing this all season for us. This was a great segment. We love all the top plays. It's probably some people's favorite part of the show. And thanks for being here. Thanks for all the support, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Glad to do it. And gonna miss you, Dave. Yeah, thanks for everything you did for the team and Charles and everybody. And yeah, gonna miss it.
All right, bro. Thank you again, man. All right, we're gonna hit up Yogi real quick, and then we're gonna go to our first breaking news segment. We're gonna go to What's Up Down South, Yogi, and like the last couple weeks, not a lot to talk about. Only one team playing over the last few weeks. I think it was Mexico City a couple weeks ago, and then us last week, and then this past week. Yogi. I know there's not a lot to tell. We talked about some of it already. I'm sure you have something to say about it, but what's up down south, Yogi?
3 weeks in a row, we only had one team playing. You're right. I guess I'll just look over the full game stats. Lone Star had 294 total yards. Baltimore had 347. We had 232 pass. We held them to 213 passing because we were watching a certain running back run into the end zone all day long. 62 yards rushing for us, 134 for Warren Murray. Two passing touchdowns for us, 4 rushing touchdowns for them. 18 first downs for Lone Star, 16 for Baltimore. We were 9 of 16 on third down, and they were 5 of 10, but it sure seemed like they made a lot of big 3rd and 11s, 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 14s. I would have thought they had more than 5 third down conversions. We were 2 of 3 on 4th downs, and that was late in the game, and we were running every play. Time of possession was 20 minutes and 29 seconds for us and 23:01 for them. Ace had 232 yards, what we already talked about. 7 sacks. That was a big part of that game.
Yeah, it was.
They put us in some bad situations. Ike was 12 carries for 57 yards and only 3 catches for 29, so she missed her 100-yard day, which we usually count on. They did a great job of shutting Ike down. Ace spread the ball out. The most anybody caught was 55 yards, and he just spread it out amongst everybody. Did Albert? I got him written down here. I don't see what he did that was so great.
I don't think he did
2
anything.
interceptions.
I don't think he did anything.
2 interceptions. 7 tackles, 2 assists, 2 interceptions.
No
1 for a
contribution
touchdown.
whatsoever.
Bo Martin with 5 tackles, 8 assists, and a pass deflection.
Nice.
And Jay Martin with 8 tackles and 2 assists. And that's all I got for that game.
All right. Well,
too many points for them, too little for us.
I get it. Hey, listen, not a lot of material when there's only one team playing every week for the last few
That's
weeks,
right.
Yogi. But appreciate you doing this segment the entire season, man. And
My
it
pleasure.
was a great part of the show, and I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem at all. My pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Wall is in the house. I think that he was here in episode 3 of Access Live, and now he's here tonight. So that's like 120 something episodes in between. So I guess we require repeat business to keep the show going. So thanks, Jack Wall, for being a repeat customer, bro. Appreciate you being here. Eddie Gage in the chat. Bo should have had about 5 more tackles, but Warren wasn't. Yeah, dude, that guy was spinning and all kinds of stuff. Warren Murray was a beast that game for sure. All right, folks, we are going to the first of 2 breaking news stories we have here tonight. Thank you, Jack. Gonna miss you too, bro. Appreciate that. We've got a breaking news now. We'll have a breaking news near the end of the show, and then also near the end of the show, we have somebody that's coming on the show that nobody has ever seen and nobody has ever heard from in the entire SFL except for yours truly. So stay tuned for that in a little bit. But in the meantime, before we actually break the news, let me bring on the people who are responsible for the breaking news. There's 3 people. First, the 2 co-owners from the former St. Louis Gladiator franchise. I got Dwayne and Colin here. Dwayne, how are you doing tonight, bro? Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think episode 2 or 3 I was on.
You must have been on with Jack.
Yeah, I think so. And then I was on Access Dark for a while, but a few times. But yeah, it's good to be back. And we just had to do this on your last show, Dave. Gonna miss you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you bringing it here and doing it here. I really do. Colin, I don't know if you've ever been on any of our shows before. I kind of feel like maybe once, but have you ever been on any of the shows that we've had before?
I only watched the one show involving a certain gate, but I'll leave it at that.
All right, that sounds a lot of people. I think a lot of people watch that show. Colin, welcome to the show, bro. Good to have you here tonight, man.
Thanks, Dave. Good to be here.
You got
Been
it.
keeping this under wrap for a while. Finally excited to show it to the world.
Well, we're seconds away. I'm going to introduce our last guest, who everybody knows. You know him. He doesn't hang out here anymore with us, but he is responsible for what we're about to break. He's partly responsible for what we're about to break. So we are welcoming back to the show Eagle Mondavi, former GM and part owner of the St. Louis Gladiators. Eagle, welcome back, bro. How's it going, man? How you liking retirement so far?
I'm back, bitches. No, retirement is great. Just, working 80 hours a week for summer. It's fun. Yeah.
I get that. Dude, working sucks. That's why I stopped doing it a couple years ago. I get it. Yes, Eagle's back, everybody. Yes, Tyler, it is the Eagle. He is in the house. So I'm going to, before I reveal, so just so everybody knows, as soon as I get rid of this breaking news graphic, what you're going to see behind there is all of the new franchise from where St. Louis is moving. It's their helmets, their logo, their colors, everything. Mark Chisholm in the house, folks. Sneaking in here. Good to see you, bro, Mark. Glad to have you here on the last show, man. And Bearded Android, I think I said your name earlier, but if I didn't, welcome to the show. Before we reveal this, before we reveal the colors and the city and the name and all that stuff, Dwayne, did you want to say anything beforehand before we show everybody what's going down?
Well, I just want everybody to know this has been a really long time coming. Colin and I had been talking about rebranding or since like our second season. And we were trying to get some sponsors in St. Louis to do that. And that never really came through. And then we just got some good opportunities. Looked like they were around the corner with Colin. And then he ended up deciding to go to Detroit because of those opportunities and because there's already 2 teams in Florida. I'm in Delray Beach, Florida, if people didn't know that. And so we want to make advantage of that local area. And then we had an opportunity with our new sponsor, which we'll get into in a minute, to get a branding together that was unique to the Detroit area. So everything just came together like clockwork at that point. It was like we told Cam we were going to move in season 16, then we took time to get that together. We got a sponsor, we got our branding, we got a name picked out, and I'm just really excited to show everybody. And I think we came up with something really unique to us, and we love that St. Louis hard-nosed field that the Gladiators had, but this is a little bit more, I think, us as well, and I'm excited for everybody to see it.
All right, well, we're going to break it right now, and as soon as I break it, I'm going to go to Colin, and then I'm going to go to Eagle. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, you are seeing the former St. Louis Gladiator franchise move into Detroit to become the Motor City V8s. The 5 colors up there, you got the dark blue, the light blue, the gray, the orange, and the white. You've got the primary logo of the hot rod, the secondary of the dog with the football helmet on, which looks awesome, and then the alternate logos of the engine on fire. Dwayne and Colin, let me go to you real quick. I think you guys hit it out of the park. I love the colors. Blue and orange are my 2 favorite colors anyway. As a I guess former SFL player. Am I a former SFL player now, I guess? Since I don't have any more games left, I guess so. But as a former SFL player, this would be very attractive to me to come and want to play in this uniform. So, Colin, let me go to you. How excited are you about the move, the uniform, the colors, the mascot, the logos, just the whole package? Colin, you're muted, bro. One more time. There you go.
I am so excited. I've kept this under wraps for weeks. It's just like you have this big secret and you want to try to tell everybody in the world your big surprise, but it's not prudent to tell everybody. And it just came together so perfectly, so beautifully. It's just exciting.
It's amazing. I'm seeing all the Dave to Motor City, access to Detroit. Oh yeah, I see all those confirmed. Apparently I'm gonna be playing in blue and orange next season. Eagle, let me bring you in here, bro. Dwayne talked about the process over the last few seasons of actually wanting to get it done, waiting for certain things to fall into place, working with Cam to make it happen. But give us the background behind how you guys came about the name, the colors, and all that stuff.
We wanted to emphasize the Detroitarian culture. There were about 36 suggested names that about a group of 4 or 5 of us came up with. Some names just sounded better with things like Motor City or Great Lakes in front of them rather than Detroit. V8 was actually suggested by Eagle, which is more popular than his other suggestion, which was something like the Michigan Winking Eagles.
Hey, first of all, the Winking Eagles would have been an amazing name as a tribute to Winking Eagle. Even I actually think you should revote and do that one.
I agree.
Oh, Eagle, there you are. Eagle, let me bring you in here, the conversation.
I've been here.
Well,
Yeah.
I went to you, but you didn't talk, so Dwayne or Colin picked up the slack, man.
I was about to say some stuff, and Colin jumped in, so
that's all
no
right.
big deal.
That's all right. Colin, he told us what was up. So, Eagle, expand on what Colin was saying, and let us know who came up with the name and what was the process for all that.
Well, we had, what Colin was saying. I think we did like 24 names, just whatever randomly we thought of. We put it up to a vote. I had some really stupid names like the Michigan Winking Eagles and the Detroit Lake Eagles. So then Eagles stayed around, but failed miserably.
Shocking.
Yeah, but we did, we did some military term. We had some military terms. We had some car terms. We had some birds, but the SFL doesn't need another bird.
True. Although they seem to win all the rings, but go ahead.
Yeah, I also thought about the Detroit Rabbits. So for Eminem, with White Rabbit with 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys went through a lot of possibilities.
Oh yeah, we had some fun with it. That's why we were taking our time, right? That's one thing you need to do if you're gonna rebrand. You want to take your time and make sure it's done correctly. We did get a sponsor as Colin worked on. And Colin, am I allowed to announce a sponsor, right? Is that...
It will be in the forthcoming press release.
Okay.
That will be public.
So I'll hit on something really quick though, because
Okay.
I wasn't sure about that. Our color scheme is part of the sponsorship.
Oh, okay.
With the sponsor. So, part of the agreement for the sponsor coming on board was to take their company's colors.
Okay.
Those 5 hex colors there are a company's colors right there. Yes.
Okay. Real quick, I'm going to go back to Colin here, but looks like Aaron Kozak, welcome to the program. Who else did I see? Chad Rowland, welcome back. And I thought I saw somebody else, but maybe not. Before I go back to Dwayne to wrap this segment up, Colin, talk to me about, I see in the secondary logo, I see a dog wearing a football helmet. Tell me about that dog.
Well, that dog is very much a real dog. It's my own service dog, and it's kind of been adopted over the years as a unofficial mascot of the team, if you will. And what do dogs love to do? Well, they love to ride in cars, so it's just a natural sort of.
And they love to stick their head out the window.
And the football helmet was Cam's suggestion because he's like, it has to be something football related. So it ended up turning out rather fantastic.
Yeah, no, I think it looks great. Congratulations, Dwayne, or Colin, and then going to go to Dwayne right now to wrap things up. Dwayne, go ahead and let us know anything that maybe Eagle and Colin didn't cover that you wanted everybody watching to know about this whole rebranding situation.
Well, I think we can go ahead and just say the sponsor, because the sponsor is important to the stadium, and we're going to release the official announcement here shortly on the website. So the sponsor that's coming on board is Bank Michigan, and Bank Michigan is the CEO and president is Rick Northrup.
Oh.
And so the color scheme, they wanted to do blue for their colors because they've got like 3 different blues in their color scheme, and that's to represent the lakes of Michigan. And so what we really wanted to do with the design was to incorporate that color scheme and make use of it in the ways they could. They have an orange and some greens and slate gray as part of their color scheme as well. And I think we really knocked it out of the park. We went with the hot rod that Colin was liked. We went with the engine design that Rick liked. We had the suggestion of the dog from Drew. I suggested putting the flames around the engine and on the car to give it kind of a feel of motion and all that. And we just really got lucky with a great designer that gave us a really unique look, and we want to pay tribute to the automotive history and the Americana of Detroit, and we're going from one kind of hard-nosed blue-collar city to another one, and I think this, I really at first was a little hard for me to get on board with the St. Louis Gladiators, just because they had the Notre Dame colors, and I'm not a Notre Dame fan, particularly the Lou Holtz era. But we won't go into that. But over the years, I've really fallen in love with it, and we made that identity our own. We turned the corner recently. We've got an ownership group now. Me, Drew, and Colin, and Colin, the primary owner now, and Rick's been a big part of the support system of this team for a while now. We're excited to partner up with him and give him an opportunity to grow with us as an organization, as a company, and promote his business during the games and all that. And just the we're standing this family into the Michigan area and becoming part of that family. Yeah,
It's
so
Dwayne. It's awesome. I think you guys knocked it out of the park. Like I said, if I was still a player in the SFL, this would be very attractive to me. So
we've got the 88 for you.
Because Eagle left
the two V8s, the two V8s, twin V8s.
Oh,
baby.
there you go. I don't know if I can follow Eagle up, bro. That's not really my thing. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, Dwayne, Colin, Eagle, amazing job on your rebranding. Good luck in the Motor City, and especially next year in the new division. And I wish nothing but the best of luck for all you guys. And thanks for coming back on the show. Appreciate all three of you.
Hey, Dave.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Dave, thank you. Thank you. Deuces, everyone. You know how to get a hold of me if you want to talk.
All right.
Have
Eagle.
a good one.
See you. Colin, thank you also. And we'll talk to you guys later.
No problem, Dave. Happy to do it. I'm glad to finally share it with the world.
Thank you. All right, folks.
Don't be a stranger, Dave.
No, I won't be a stranger. Hey, I'm still in Discord. Everybody can DM me. I don't block people. I'm always my DMs are always open. Heyo. All right, so folks.
Eagle sucks.
Yeah, he's already. I think he's gone already.
For good old time's sake.
Okay, yeah, there you go. There you
No,
go.
I'm still here. I was waiting for that, Greg. I love you so much.
Fuck you.
And Frank Wade, eat shit. Goodbye.
Oh snap! Poor Frank. Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
dude,
last minute stab.
Damn,
Gee,
Frank's
wow.
like the nicest guy in the league. What the fuck, Eagle? All right, all right, everybody. In case you just tuned in, the St. Louis Gladiators are now the Motor City V8s, as you see on your screen. This is the logo, the mascot, the color scheme, the whole 9 yards. And I think they did a fantastic job. So good luck to them in Detroit. That's going to bring us to our next segment. We've got we're going to talk to Gunny, and then Frank's going to come on. Then we're going to do our second breaking news segment of the night. The first breaking news was right here, St. Louis moving to Detroit and showing off their new branding. We've got another breaking news segment here in a moment, and then we will be hearing from a person who's never really talked to anybody in this league ever, even though he's been here for quite a while. Very interesting segment coming up there. But you know what it's time for now? It's going to be time for...
Can you? Yeah, you!
Did that play? I don't even
Can
know.
you? Yeah, you! It's time for mail call!
There you go. Mail call. Gunny's in the house. Gunny, what's up, bro? Welcome back to the show, as always. Love having you here. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. Congratulations on show number 100, and I don't know what it is.
I think it's 127-ish, maybe something like that.
I know we did over 102 or something.
I think we did one. I think we did
live, and
yeah, I think that was
then
110.
We did 16 of these.
I think it was 110 over there and 16 of these, so 127. There you go.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you, bro. What do you got for us tonight, Gunny? I mean, we don't have anybody else to talk about, so what do you got on the docket for tonight, man?
We're just going to throw some shout-outs to some teammates leaving Lone Star Glory this season.
All right, do your thing. It's all on you, Gunny.
You might know who one of them is.
Maybe.
Congratulations to the Detroit Motor City V8s, Colin. Congratulations on your new rebranding. Congratulations to Season 18 SFL champions, the Baltimore Vultures. I want to thank T-Pat, T-Roy, and Wigmore for coming on the show last weekend and this weekend. Thank you, gentlemen. Also to my fellow Georgians that are on the Baltimore Vultures, linebacker Frank Smith, and punter Sam Shepard of Augusta, Georgia. Congratulations, guys. Over 120 shows worth of the Dave Access Live and Road to Glory. I want to thank you, all the party people, for all your support with Access Live and Road to Glory. Congratulations. Also go out to Albert Begin and Yogi Bar on their new ownership of Lone Star Glory. Let the off-season free agency frenzy kick off. Good luck to all 28 SFL teams in Season 19. Mr. Van Lacey, I consider you a season 18 Pro Bowl caliber free safety. You had a hell of a season. Honored to have met you in person. Honored to have had you at Lone Star Glory. My best thought of you, seeing you wearing the number 4 high school jersey of your son, Evan. I hope you and Jeff Banfield continue this seasonal tradition. Best wishes and good luck. Next up, the Worm. Mr. Worm, you were quiet in the locker room, but your play on the field was absolutely glorious. Honored to have called you a teammate, wishing you the best. Take care of yourself and look after Dave for us all. Next up is Charles, Mr. Buttery Chardonnay. Honored to have met you in person. So much thanks to you. We first met through season 14 non-contract season inquiries. Much appreciation for inviting me to join Lone Star Glory in its inaugural season and beyond. Thank you for always steering the ship in the right direction. Best wishes, anchors away, hoo-yah, semper fortis, salutes to you, sir, on an ownership well done. Last, we have Dave, my Marine Corps brother, my class of 87 peer, glorious president of LSG, over 100 plus shows of Access Live, 16 episodes of Road to Glory. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of it all. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Once a glory, always a glory. Once a friend, always a friend. Take care and best wishes. With sleeves on, stay glorious. Dave, for the final episode, that is all.
Thank you so much, Gunny. I really appreciate those kind words. I do consider you a really good friend. I'm looking forward to seeing you in about a week and a half as well. And I can't thank you enough for all the help that you've given us, from Pearls of Wisdom to Gunny's Mail Call, to all the things that you've done to help the show out. Gunny, I thank you for always being here and doing almost as many shows as I've done. So, Gunny, thank you for all your work and your effort here with our shows and for Lone Star.
Yes, sir. It's been a pleasure.
All right, folks. Before we get to the next segment, which will be the last segment before we get into our second bit of breaking news, I want to go around the horn real quick. Frank's going to come up here in a second, but we've got a panel here that hasn't said anything for a little bit, so I want to get their take on a couple of things. Yogi, let me start with you. First of all, what did you think about that Motor City rebranding that Dwayne and Colin and Eagle just presented? Oh, hold on. Are you muted again, bro? Hold on. You're muted, bro. Gotcha.
I get a T-shirt now.
Oh, shit.
Beautiful colors, beautiful logo, and they have a sponsor. What more could they ask for? Colin surely seemed excited about it.
He really did. Albert, what did you think of the Motor City rebrand?
Good for them. That's all I got.
That's all you got, bro? Really? All right.
All I got.
Soto, you're kind of closer up in that area, kind of. And I know that I think don't you go to Detroit for now? Don't you go to Detroit sometimes and watch some races and stuff too? What do you think about the Motor City V8s?
No, it has a good ring to it. I like the flames on the logo. I'm just wondering what logo they're going to use in APF. I have an idea.
Oh.
I think I have an idea what they're going to use, but yeah, it was all right. It was good.
Let me see. Are they on? I don't know if any of them are on here to answer that question. Maybe I'll grab somebody later if I could ask them which logo they're going to use in the game.
Nice. I did post it. It'd be nice if they were in the same division. Ramblers versus the V8s could be an instant rivalry off the bat.
Yeah.
They're not in the same division, I don't think.
That's too bad. Well, maybe they can have an outer division rivalry. All right, folks, before we get to our second breaking news segment of the night, we got to go to our man, one of the guys who's been with me since the very first show of Access Live, and that is my boy, Frank the Franchise Wade. Frank, welcome back to the show. Welcome to the last show. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing okay. A little sad, a little teary-eyed. This is going to be the last one, but I don't know if I've been as many shows as Gunny, but it's hard to follow him every time. No matter what I got to talk about, no matter what he talks about, when he finishes, I'm like, crap, I got to follow that.
Right. As I welcome James Walters 87 to the show, and Chad changed his name. I thought that was somebody else too. And then Brooke and Mike Music, I think they were first time people. And then Benji Matson's in the house, one of the sexiest tight ends in the league, along with my man Frank here, of course. Frank, I don't know, we don't have any franchises to talk about, so what do you got going on tonight, man?
First of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to come into the computers of SFL fans all over the world, and it's been a fun ride. And I'm gonna miss doing stuff like this. I've met some incredible people, and just some guys and girls that I just like visiting with, and it's been really fun, really nice.
It has. It's been a good ride, bro. It's been a good couple years for sure.
Yes, it has. It has. What I'm going to talk about tonight is the franchise. I'm going to talk about myself, and if you don't mind,
it only took 100 and something shows.
I knew this guy. I knew all these seasons, all the way back to just Access Live when he would come in here. I knew this motherfucker was a diva. I knew it.
Send him some sleeves. Send him some sleeves, Dave. Send him sleeves.
I guess I'll send him. I'll send you some sleeves, Frank.
Frank, okay. Here you go. 2 hands. The coach wants 2 hands.
2 hands. Everybody wants 2 hands. Everybody wants 2 hands.
Well, let's talk about Blues free agency tour. A few people reached out to me today about Tyler's show. I didn't hear it live. I went back and watched it and everything, and I felt that I would address the issue if that was okay with y'all.
Of course, bro. Do your thing.
First of all, I have respect for Tyler. Some people don't. He puts his stuff out there. People pick it apart. He's okay with the criticism. He deals with it in a pretty good way. And I have nothing against Tyler. When he became available after his rookie season, I gave my advice to the front office that we needed him in Louisiana. But for what he was saying, there's 2 sides to every story. He reported what was going on in his locker room and what's being said in there. I'm no longer in there, so I don't know exactly, word for word what's been going on. But I don't know if I'm being ripped apart or what, but I hope not. I have no animosity towards anyone there. I'm a huge fan of Gerald. I have the utmost respect for him. I've said this before, he's one of the first guys to show me how all this SFL stuff worked. He's always talked to me in a respectful way, even in this situation. I told him I wanted to retire as part of the revolution, and I didn't think, that was going to change, even after the frustration at the beginning of this season. But to say I wanted to be the focal point is completely inaccurate. Never told anyone that. I'm a football coach in real life. I know how valuable a tight end can be in the red zone and on third down. And I also know how the AI works. I can be difficult. I can be difficult, but it can be difficult at times. And I get that. But there are ways you can get the ball to who you want to. I did not say I wanted Mike Dagg's numbers. I said I wanted to model my player after him. And I've said that after I got drafted. And I've repeated it a few times since then. Everyone can see that my numbers are about the same as last season. My yardage is lower. My targets were about a little bit higher. I only had 1 touchdown compared to 7. What was not mentioned is a lot of those catches or targets were late in the second half when we were chasing points. In the semifinal game, I didn't catch a pass until the 4th quarter. The fullback for the season had 2 less targets than I did. Now, granted, he's not your typical fullback. He's an H-back type of guy that can run, block, and catch, and he's a good guy, good value. But I had never said that I wanted to be the focal point. I just felt that after, the progress that was made from last season to this season, the progressions that I've made, starting to get animations. Tommy Utah made a comment at the beginning of the season that, I should be scoring about 13 touchdowns this season. I was excited. I know the comment was just locker room talk, and he was just having fun with the new season and everything like that, and so was I. We had a wide receiver number 3. that was getting more targets than me, Chase Earl, and even Robo, I think, at the time. I was told with his progressions, this would change. They'd start covering him more. They would open up things for the three of us and all that. Well, he started missing progressions for whatever reason. His player was not getting better. We were 3-2 at the time. I showed my frustration. I got called on it. I apologized to Coach. I told him that he wouldn't hear a peep out of me the rest of the season. I didn't speak of it again. I respect Coach. I know he was doing what he could do to help me out. I reached out to him after I left and told him the move was not about him. And I'm happy for Adam Banks, who came in as the other third wide receiver, embraced him, encouraged him. I made a comment with about 5 weeks left in the season to Tommy Utah that if we're going to connect on those 13 touchdowns, we need to catch on fire. And I think we had about 5 games left.
Right.
So it was all in fun. It was just locker room fun and all that stuff, but it didn't go over, it didn't sit very well with some people. And I said it in the locker room. I said it to everybody else. I know it's about the wins and not the numbers. But then the Swamp Talk article came out that Louisiana would be losing a top valued player, and that they had already had someone to replace him, and it just left me scratching my head. And that was done when the division title was still at stake. We hadn't even clinched the title yet. I let Ross know that I thought it was about me. He told me it wasn't, and let him know, whoever it was about, it was poor timing and should have waited until after the season was over. With all that being said, I was still planning on staying in Louisiana. Then I got a couple of DM messages from 2 different people saying that they were approached by Louisiana. They wanted them to come play tight end. Then I reflected back to the article. And when I reached out to Gerald, said that I wasn't planning on coming back, because that upset me a little bit, that they were shopping my position around before things were settled.
Right.
And so I reached out to Gerald, and Gerald was real professional, treated me with respect. He understood. And that's, I found out then that there was a possibility of maybe moving me to another position and all that stuff. He was a real class act. I do a lot for Gerald. I do a lot for him. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss the guys in the locker room. And I have no hatred towards them. It was just, I just let him know it was probably just best for me to leave at that point. Now, this free agency tour has been a blast. My phone's been ringing off the hook. Everyone is, so surprised that I'm available. And everything, Soto, they're contacting me more. Soto does now.
Soto's bugging you? Hey, Soto bugs me every day, bro.
Oh, but he just wants to know how that, you and I can be this diva personality. He wants to try to get in on that. But
are you saying Soto's a wannabe diva? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. He's a wannabe diva. But I'm starting to take these visits now, and I posted on Twitter that I went to Canton and visit their classy organization, met the owner, talked with them,
right.
And the guys there, they're a good group of guys, and it was a nice visit and everything. But I'm gonna keep everybody posted and showing everybody where my next visit's gonna be. So just stay tuned.
That's awesome. You know what? Let me tell you, Frank. When I was a free agent between 14 and 15, I milked the shit out of it. I had about, maybe a dozen teams talking to me. I put it all over Twitter. Dude, have fun with it. Enjoy this could be your last free agency for all you know. You don't know where you're going to go. You could end up staying with that team forever. Enjoy your free agency. Have fun with it on Twitter. And if people hate on you, fuck them, bro. You do you.
I'll do me. Thank you.
You got it, bro.
Hey Frank, have you gotten a plane ticket to Denton, Texas?
That's classified.
Oh, okay.
Art Vandalay in the chat saying typical Dave. What'd I say? I said what I said. But yeah, definitely enjoy it, Frank. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done on all of our shows, going way back to the beginning of Access Live when we were breaking down draft picks, breaking down games. Everything all the way up here to this franchise segment you've been doing every week. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. I consider you a great friend here, and I'm going to miss you. And we'll stay in touch though.
Stay in touch. I'm gonna miss you too, and yes, you along with the Soto and the others, even Eagle, even if he f-bomb me right there or whatever.
The plane ticket is lost. You're not getting the ticket.
Plane tickets in the mail.
There you go. It's
No, it got lost.
I love you. I love you guys. Love you, Soto.
Oh shit, Frank.
And y'all. I said I love you guys. Love you, Soto. And it's been a good ride, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter takes.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you a lot. Thanks for always being
Bye,
here.
man.
Thanks for always being here. All right, folks.
All right.
That was the final Frank the Franchise segment on these shows.
Thank God.
I'm getting a little sadder, except for the part where I say this is Soto's last show. Oh, shit. Let me see what I missed in the chat here. People were giving Frank a hard time. Leave my boy Frank alone. What's wrong with you people? Let's see. You're going to see what he's got. What is Cam Curtis saying? I had pleasure to be with Frank in both the Annapolis locker room, Louisiana, and former race team. He's a good guy. Yep. Frank's sign of affection from Eagle. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's how Eagle says I love you. He tells you to go fuck yourself, basically. All right, folks. It's time for some more breaking news. Then you guys are going to hear a voice you've never heard before. And then when we wrap up the show, I'm going to give some final thoughts of my own before we sign off. So, folks, breaking news segment number 2 on the show tonight. As most of you know, last week we announced that Charles Doherty sold the Lone Star Glory to Albert and Yogi. Well, with new leadership comes shakeups. There are players leaving for free agency. There are players retiring, and they have now put together a brand new front office, and we are going to break those right here, right now. But before we do, one of the things that we do want to say, for those of you who don't know, obviously everybody knows Worm's retiring. I'm retiring. My understanding, I think we're only losing one other player, and that's Evan Lacey to free agency. So from Lone Star, Evan Lacey, Van, we want to say thank you. We love you. We love your family. You've been just a great part of this organization. You had, I don't remember who said it earlier. I think it was it Gunny that said, you definitely had a Pro Bowl season. You should be an All-Star this season, no doubt. So wherever you go, good luck. Know that Lone Star always loves you. I think Albert told you before, you always have a home here, bro. We know you bleed red, white, and blue. And we're always going to be on your side, helping you out, trying to find the people that did that terrible thing to your son. We're always in your corner for that. We'll always be here for you to help you with that. All right. That being said, do you guys want to announce these, or do you want me to announce them, Albert and Yogi?
Yeah, man.
All right.
It's your show.
It's your show. You
Well,
announce.
it's not my show. It's our show, bro.
Well,
You're the prez.
All right.
Yeah.
You're the
All right. I'll do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the very first kind of new, not really new, just changing positions. He got a little bump. He got a pay raise. He got a promotion. I think hopefully he got a hat. I don't know. But did he get a T-shirt or a hat, at least something, you guys?
And extended for 2 extra
He
years.
got extended for a few years. The former offensive coordinator for the Lone Star Glory is now your new head coach, the Greg Soto. Greg, you looked more surprised than I was. How you doing? Congratulations, bro. You know what? Hey, you earned it. You deserve it. I'm glad to see you in that position, man.
Thanks,
I'll
man.
get to work.
Get to work. I already simmed, man. What the hell? I already simmed for next season already today. Asshole.
Great head coach. Great head coach.
Yeah, I love this. I love the way this is kicking off already. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. But for real, Greg, you've done an outstanding job as offensive coordinator the last 2 or 3 seasons, however long you've been here. This is very much deserved, and I'm happy to see you get it, bro.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Dave, and I appreciate it to these guys. I already thanked Charles as well. Without him, I probably wouldn't be in this position. He helped me a lot and showed me a lot of things. And like I posted on Twitter the other day, he had a vision and he just gave me the keys to the car and said, "Here you go." And and these guys, the new owners, Yogi and Albert, they've seen me work behind the scenes, and no, I'm really appreciative of this opportunity, and this will not be as it went in Chicago when all of a sudden I was handed the head coaching job.
No, I think you got a little more experience now, bro.
Yeah, a little bit more experience. I know what's going on, and I'm looking forward to it. And like I said before, even when I was the OC a couple weeks ago, just plan on continuing LSG. This is, I feel it's going to be a new tradition. Keep going into the playoffs every single season, and just continue this train.
All right. Well, congrats again.
Thanks.
And obviously, you guys, with Yogi and Albert being co-GMs the last couple seasons, and now they're owners, it opens up GM positions. With me leaving, it opens up a president position. There's all kinds of positions open in the front office in Lone Star. I almost said the Lone Store. In Lone Star. So to announce the next position, this is also very well deserved. This is somebody who's been here with us since almost day one, and he's been with me for almost every single show. The new assistant general manager of the Lone Star Glory, Mr. Gunny McGuire. Gunny, congratulations. Glad to see you moving into the front office, bro. And can't wait to see what you got up your sleeve.
Oh, no, I'm going to have sleeves in my new office desk in the corner overlooking Merce Dykeman and the big bull in the end zone.
That's awesome, Gunny. I'm really happy for you, bro. Congrats, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. Well, if Gunny's the assistant GM, then I guess we need a general manager, folks. And I will tell you, the general manager position is going to the person who knows probably more about this franchise than just about anybody, because he was player number one when Charles and Wally bought this team and took it over. And that is your man, Jukin Rukin, the new general manager of the Lone Star Glory. Jukin, congrats. Are you still here with us, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dude, it's been a minute. Let's be honest. When the whole transfer thing happened, you almost bounced too. When Seattle all went down, you decided to give it another shot. And look at what we've accomplished here. And look where you're going now. And I got to say, man, I'm so fucking happy for you.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I can't believe it. I'm probably more shocked than anybody else at this. Looking back, first one in the locker room, last one in the locker room, whichever way you look at it. It was pretty bare with just me and Charles and Wally there for a while, but we definitely had a good time waiting to get everybody else in, and here we go again. Let's have some fun.
Well, bro, I'm glad you stuck around. I'm still not crazy about that whole defensive end, offensive line shit or whatever you were talking about before, but other than that, I'm okay with it.
Well, you never know what's going to happen in the future, right?
You never know what's going to happen in the future. Well, all I can say is thank God it didn't happen on my watch. That's all I'm saying. But all right, hey, Jukin, congrats, bro.
Thank you, sir.
All right, folks, one more front office position to announce, and then you are going to hear from a voice that you have never heard before, and then I will be giving my final thoughts on some things before we sign off here. And I thought this was going to go 2 hours, but we're only an hour and a half and we're almost done. That's crazy. It's crazy how I think those short shows are going to be short and they go long. I think it's going to be a long show, it goes short. I should just say every show is going to be long. Oh, wait a minute. There are no more shows. Never mind. My bad. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as Dave Axis is no longer the president of the Lone Star Glory, I am no longer at the wheel of the ship. That is being passed on to a very good friend of mine, somebody who has represented Lone Star very well on many shows, in the locker room, in Gen Chat, and pretty much anywhere he goes. And I want to throw a huge congratulations out to El Presidente, Mr. Bo Martin Jr. Bo, congrats, bro. How you doing tonight? Welcome back to the show. How you feeling?
Man, it took me doggone hour and a half to say it is a glorious Wednesday evening. Boy, I tell you, and it is especially glorious this evening, man. And I tell you what, I got some huge shoes to fill, Dave. And I thank the ownership and Yogi and Albert and And even Charles and even you, Dave, even though it you guys are on your way out, I thank all of you guys for entrusting me with the presidential position. And we got big plans for season 19, and I know we got some work to do. Season 19 is unfinished business for us here in LSG. So we've already hit the ground running. We haven't missed a beat. They slid everybody into position, and everybody immediately got to work, man. Everybody. Greg is already simming for season 19. Albert and Yogi are already doing their thing. Man, Jukin has been on the ball with recruiting and doing everything that he can to make sure that LSG is the best organization that it can be. And I'm just super excited, man. I'm really excited about what season 19 is going to bring for us. And we fell one game short in season 18, which is a phenomenal season. I don't want to take anything away from what we did, but we got unfinished business, and hopefully with everybody here in the front office that's just been announced, and Albert and Yogi at the helm, we'll get it done. And so let's go for season 19.
Well,
let's be glorious.
Congrats, bro. What's up with the El Presidente title?
So
you can answer it. You can answer it, Bo.
Okay.
So that was part of my stipulation as far as accepting the role. I shall be known as El Presidente. So those who habla a little bit less Espanol, if they feel to say president, that's fine. But as far as Yogi and Albert go, I am El Presidente.
How would you rate this promotion?
Oh snap! Hold on. Hey, I'll drink to that. Unbelievable. All right. Well, Bo, congrats. The only question I have is, it's El Presidente, and your name is Bo Martin Jr. So can I call you Elbo?
You're fired.
Fired? Hey, you can't fire me because I quit.
Well, you're hired and then refired.
Hey,
You've been traded.
Oh my gosh, Becky. All right. Hey, Bo, congrats, bro. I'm happy for you. My DMs are always open too, so I'll talk to you when I talk to you, and I'll see you next week, man.
For sure.
All right, bro. All right, folks. That's it for the front office announcements, and now we have a very, very, very special guest, someone that not even the people in Lone Star have ever heard from or seen in real life. Now, you're not going to see him tonight because I didn't set up a camera, but you are going to hear his voice for the very first time. And I'm talking about the one and only Worm. Adam, welcome to your very first show, bro. It's about time you got here.
First and last.
better late than never.
That's how I do it. Kind of, that's right. And the LSG folks have never heard from me because you never told me there was a locker room. What's this locker room I keep hearing about?
Oh, yeah, about that. You're not going to be in it anymore.
Am I getting shown the door?
Yeah, pretty much like that. I just figured you're so late, just like you are on like Saturday mornings in Vegas. Is all I'm saying. Hey,
oh my gosh, the Saturday mornings in Vegas are rough. That's for sure.
I know.
You know what I think is what I think is really funny about this whole thing is because I joined in the pandemic year 2020. And I want to say from then until now, and maybe even after now, there are so many people that didn't believe I actually existed. There were so many people that are like, no, there's no such thing as a worm. That's Dave's second account.
Yeah, they used to call me used to call you my second account. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Even though people are hearing me right now, even after tonight, they're going to be like, Dave just found some dude on the street and said, hey, here's a phone. Keep it. Here's what I need you to do Wednesday night. Come on this show and just talk. And that's where I'm telling you, man, people are still going to think I don't exist. So it's I've never been a ghost before, but this has definitely been kind of fun. I peek in every now and then to make sure I know what's going on. And it's been a lot of fun. It was a savior during the pandemic, to say the least, when there was absolutely nothing on. It was so cool that you hit me up and were like, hey, dude, I'm doing this. We need a guy. Come join us. And, that's how it all started. That's for sure. So, I mean, truth be told, even though you guys haven't heard from me a lot, any type of ending is sad. So, there is definitely a little bit of sadness that, that it is ending, but it's been really, really cool. And, I'd follow you anywhere, man. You've never led me astray yet.
Yet. Well, wait till you see what I have up my sleeve next.
Right. I'm not going to say, never say never. At some point in time, you could. I mean, I survived Puerto Rico with you, so.
We can't talk about that tonight, bro. That's going to be Access After Dark material, especially that one night that we can't ever talk about. So.
So that's the thing here. So this is your 127th total show.
I think so.
So now you're done. Congrats on all the success there. But correct me if I'm wrong. From my understanding, when shows are really, really good, they don't just end. They have some type of successor. So no one's taken over for you. I mean, come on. Like Bo said, he's got big shoes to fill as El Presidente now. I've seen you before, man. Your shoes are what? Size 6, size 7?
Dude, I've got small feet, bro. I'm like 8.5, bro. Yeah, they're not that big.
Yeah. I mean, those shoes can be filled by anybody. Come on now, man.
And you know what? That's what I'm saying. So I guess, next season, season 19, on the road to glory, your host, Bo Martin Jr. There you go. Thanks for calling it. Thanks for making the surprise announcement, Worm. I appreciate that.
Yeah, hey, tonight's a show of breaking news. You only had 2. I made sure you had a third.
Boom.
That's what I'm here for.
Actually, bro, I think you were the third, but you're always number 1 in my heart, though.
Number 86 in the playbook, number 1 in the heart, right?
Exactly. By the way, did you see all the people in the chat? They think you're my 5th account. People were thinking Bo Martin Jr. So Bo does voiceovers for a living, and so they think that Bo's doing this voice.
Bo changed up his voice.
And look at Art Vandelay. How is Dave having a conversation with himself? Oh my God, bro!
That is awesome. I'm a real live person. I live in Hudson, Wisconsin. And I met Dave in Las Vegas, 15 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a long time. And we've done so much illegal we've done so much betting.
My gosh, I forgot about the Nationwide League of Extraordinary Degenerates.
Yeah,
that was the best.
Dude, we started a nationwide betting thing, and the IRS shut down Worm's PayPal.
In one year, I had $75,000 go through my PayPal account from all the stuff that we did, and then they shut down my PayPal account.
That was so much fun, though, bro. And listen, so think about this real quick. And I this is going a little long, but you know what? It's a one-time deal, so I don't fucking care. Dude, tell these. We used to bet on everything. We had 60, 64, 65 people in that organization, and literally somebody would wake up and say, I have 3 squirrels in my backyard. Which one's going to jump the fence first? And people would be throwing down money. Squirrel number 1, squirrel number 2. That's how degenerate we got at one point, Worm.
It was awesome. I remember every single day I started calling them RNGs, random number games. We would pick a baseball, whatever sport was going on that day. We would get 10 people, $10 ahead, and then we'd just do a randomizer and be like, all right, you got number, whatever number 8. Let's say you had 8. And then we watched the Reds-Cubs game, and the final was 10-8. Yep. Boom, $100 going your way, and everything was paid out instantly because everybody would just pay me to the PayPal account, and then I'd pay the winner at the end.
Here, last thing I want to talk about before we move on. You know what my favorite bet was? When we bet on the ESPN Kids Spelling Bee. That was, oh my God. Lisa just put it in the chat as I was saying it. The National Spelling Bee. But let's be honest, that was totally random because you couldn't choose your person. It was picked for you, which sucked. My guy couldn't spell shit, and I got screwed on that one. But that
Grips National Spelling Bee. You remember the time you were driving home from work too? We bet on your commute. You bet on your commute time.
Yep. People. I know I lied. Actually, here's my favorite. My favorite one was, for those of you who don't know, Lisa and I lived in a town called Temecula before we moved to Knoxville, north of San Diego. And Mike All, you would have won the spelling bee. You just spelled shit. Good boy. Attaboy. Here's what's funny. Do you remember when who was it that was flying?
Door?
No, who was flying? No, not that one. When I drove to Vegas, it's 3.5 hours, and it's like a 3.5 hour flight for somebody who was flying, and so I raced.
Yeah, it was Derek.
It was Derek.
Derek was flying.
Derek's flying
Yeah.
the airplane. I'm driving as fast as I can to Vegas to see who got there first, and people were betting on that shit. That's how crazy, dude. We were degenerates, man. We were degenerates. It was terrible.
The
Absolutely
best of
terrible.
times, man.
It
That's for
was.
sure. Hey, before you let me go, just let me give a quick shout out to all the new LSG front office peeps. Congrats on your new roles. Albert, Yogi, you guys are going to do great. There's no doubts. Really, the only thing you probably got to worry about is your head coach, from what it sounds like. But he'll figure it out. So, congrats to all of you, and appreciate you guys dragging me along for a couple of years. It's been fun.
Worm, I'm glad you were able to finally make it on, bro. We talk every day anyway, so I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow. But I'm glad that you were able to hang on for an hour and a half before I let you on the air tonight.
Hey, no, man, my pleasure. And quit talking to yourself. Take care.
I'm sorry. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to change my voice again now. Never mind. All right, everybody, that is the Worm. You've heard his name. You've seen him score a lot of touchdowns. You've seen him catch a lot of passes in the SFL. That's my boy Adam Williams from Hudson, Wisconsin. Like he said. Let me go around the panel real quick. I actually almost forgot that we've got Mike All's segment before I give my final thoughts. I almost forgot about Mike All until he spelled shit in the chat. Yogi, do you believe that Worm exists now?
I do. It's either that or it was Shan Varner's fifth account. I don't know.
Oh, we got to go there on this last show. Ow.
Hey, all punches can let goose.
I guess it doesn't matter what people say on this last show. I guess nobody can get in trouble anymore. Albert?
No.
That was the Worm, bro.
I'm shocked you were able to pull that off. I mean, that was good. I don't know how you did it.
Well, my throat hurts a lot from having to change my voice so much.
It's funny how you had Bo on here first, then did Worm. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But he didn't say give you the D, so I think it was someone else. So
no, see, that's how good Bo is he knows how to talk like Adam Williams.
See, $50 does pay off.
See,
it does.
Hey, how do you know I gave him $50?
Because I got 25 of it.
Shit. Oh, there you go. All right. Well, is that how it works now? The president's laundering money for Lone Star. Oh, that's why. That's why he went
from one president to the other.
Hey,
I mean, what do you want?
Soto, is that why he went with El Presidente instead of the president? Is he laundering money now for Lone Star? Is that how that works?
I plead the fifth.
You plead. You plead the fifth. Oh, okay. Do you want to come in? Hey, everybody, real quick. Hey, Lisa wants to say goodbye to everybody. Before I bring Mike all on for our final segment, before I give my final thoughts, Lisa wants to say goodbye to everybody. They can hear you, so you can say.
Oh, bye everybody. It's been a blast, and I'm sure we'll see you guys around on whatever next Axis adventure comes out of all of this. But thanks for supporting, and go LSG.
There you go. Boom. All right. Thanks, baby. All right. Love you. Oh, dude, she was even wearing a Lone Star jacket. Did you see that?
Yep.
That's my girl right there. That's my girl. The lovely, beautiful, amazing, perfect pink Lisa in the house, folks. And now it's time to go to my other main man. I got a lot of main men all of a sudden. I don't know. It's like raining men. Hey, yo. Oh, did I get to Greg? Oh, I didn't get to Greg. I was in the middle of it. It's like, dude, I don't know why it is. Albert grabs his face like almost every time I talk.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Soto, the Worm.
Yeah.
The Worm. Can you believe that he really
Yeah,
exists?
yeah, I believe it. I mean, and for his sketchy comment about the new head coach, I mean, hell, this new head coach was the OC that got him.
Oh, there you go.
Tight end catches and second most in yardage for a tight end.
Oh, ouch. Well, there you go. I'm not. I'm
No,
sure...
it's all good. You know, I seen him, popping in and out, especially when we talk about progressions and stuff like that. So
Right.
I mean, I knew, I knew Adam was real.
All right. Well, folks, this big show with all kinds of breaking news and hearing from people you never knew before. And before we get to my final thoughts and the very last send-off I'll ever do here, we got to go to my other main man, Mike all that and a bag of chips. And Mike, what the fuck?
He's not
Well,
in
you
a
know what, Dave?
What the fuck?
He's not in a
I wanted
bathroom
to-
with a bunch of chips.
What?
No, I'm not in the bathroom. I wanted to surprise you, Dave.
Oh, I was
'cause-
thinking, or did the show just take so long that you ate them already?
Well, no, that was a possibility, though. You know what, Dave? This has been great doing this with you, with the guys, with the ladies when they were here. You're number one. You're number one, buddy. And in honor of number one, I got to go with the number one chips once again, Dave.
Oh, that's yeah, that was the number one in your list. I do remember that.
Yes, sir. Number one,
I
baby.
do remember that. Wow. Well, hey, thank you. I appreciate you saying I'm number one. And can you bring a bag of those chips next week when you come down?
Oh yeah, I could bring some chips.
I'd like to try those, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I'll bring a couple. These are delicious.
That would be awesome. So in the meantime, are we talking about anything tonight? What do you want to talk about?
You know what, Dave? I did want to talk about something.
Okay.
Comes to our attention, and I already knew kind of half of this, but I didn't know the other half of this. And it would have affected Charles. Charles not being with us tonight.
Right.
This last season, but apparently Rastelli didn't catch these in time or didn't enforce them the right way or whatever. But I wanted to talk about owner positions, Dave.
Owner positions, okay.
Owner positions. Somehow owners can't be punters or offensive linemen, which are the least served positions in the league.
Cannot be?
They cannot be.
Is that a new rule because Charles was a part
No,
of this?
apparently it was a rule, but
Really?
Rastelli didn't realize it in time and didn't enforce it this season.
Okay. All right. What's the rationale behind that? Why can't owners be offensive line or punters?
I don't know. I don't have that answer. I know there are some owners available to talk about things.
Right. Okay.
But my thought is, why would the most underserved position be one that they're not allowed to touch?
That's the first thing that popped into my mind too. Yeah.
But the two most overserved positions, quarterback and running back, they're allowed to play those positions.
Yeah, that seems a little weird, to be honest with you. You know,
Yeah.
Normally I talk first and then I pass it off to the panel, but I think for this last show, I'm going to let the panel go first. I don't know if there's any coaches or are there any owners in the chat? Looks like Eddie Bound. Oh no, Eddie's there. What else do I see? Do I see any other?
Yeah,
owners
is
in the chat?
Colin or Dwayne or anybody
Dwayne.
still around?
Yeah, I think they are.
I'm in the blue room.
Okay, so Dwayne, before I get to any owners, let me go around the panel first and see what their opinion is. Because to be honest with you, and Greg, I'll start with you. I'm kind of at a loss for words on this one because number one, I didn't know it was a rule. Number two, like Mike said, it kind of doesn't make sense to me. I would think that if you're an owner, you would probably want to more than likely take the lesser positions that aren't going to get filled up and let other people take the other positions. So what do you think is the rationale behind that? Deion Hawkins in the house. Where'd you come from all of a sudden, bro? Oh, and Fear Dog. Good to see you on the last show, bro. What's your thought process, Soto? Because to be honest with you, it's a little confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean when you guys are just saying that, I'm like, I'm kind of baffled. I agree with both of you. I'm like, okay, well, those are two positions that hardly nobody wants.
Right.
And why not? Like you said, why not? Why that rule exists, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. That's coming out of complete left field for me.
J Swift 91, welcome to the program. Good to see you, bro. Fear Dog I already said, and somebody else. Who was the other one I just said? Who just jumped in? Deion Hawkins. Yogi, let me go to you. You've been involved in league progressions, so you might have maybe a little insight on this from the league perspective. Do you have any, or do you understand or comprehend the rationale behind not letting owners be punters and offensive linemen?
I'm trying to find the rule right as we speak.
Okay.
So I can read it verbatim what it says.
Well, while you look that up, let me go to Albert then. Albert, does this make any sense to you at all? And are we just missing something obvious, or are we confused for a reason?
So I believe it was season 16 when owners could actually have or buy an offensive lineman so they can use because the rosters were so little back then.
Okay.
So
you think this is like an older rule that probably should have been changed and it just got overlooked?
Yes. And then what happened was when they started doing the offensive line coaches and they started doing the split with the punter kicker, the rule that was actually put into place there forbid the owners to do that because the owners could just use their points and make these characters, and then just focus instead of having one offensive line men start at one thing. They can spread their points through the whole line, so you can have a whole line full of meteor to overpowered O line.
Okay.
Same thing with the kicker and punter. So
Uh,
that was one of the reasons why it was banned.
Okay, so I understand. I guess maybe I can kind of understand why it was banned back then. But I would say at least since I've been in the league, or at least since probably season 15, it seems like that should have changed. And probably just got overlooked. It probably wasn't on anybody's radar. Obviously, it wasn't because Charles became a punter all season and nobody knew. Hey, who is Lord Veru or Lord Veru? Who is that in the chat, by the way? I want to know who that is as far as player goes in the SFL. Dwayne, we're running a little short on time, but let me bring you in real quick and see if you can kind of sum up in like a minute what the background is for that. Oh, it's Wyo. Okay. Hey, Wyo, good to see you, buddy. Dwayne, what do you know about that?
Yeah, so Albert's mostly right. The rule.
We say that a lot at LSG.
I'm used to it. Don't worry about it.
You'll probably hear a lot of it in the owners channel soon, but
they try.
Gotcha.
So, like in season 15, there and a couple of seasons before that, they did have a rule that allowed owners to play O line, and it would count against the salary cap, but not count against the position. The rationale was that that it should count against something, but that nobody wanted there were no players out there that wanted to play it.
Right.
So what was proposed in the season 15 offseason is offensive line coach be added so that players that were play O-line would actually control those players. And the thought was, like Albert was saying, if we allow owners to do that, then that it wouldn't be a good look. It would look like an owner is like controlling half of the team. And
okay.
there had already been the term batted around with the old rule of owner offensive line player. So there was already confusion if like say I had Freeman Pelletier, and Freeman Pelletier was my player when I started as a player. But then other people, they had multiple owner players. So we were trying to get away from that. And then when the next off season came around and the kicker punter rule was added in that allows a kicker and a punter to play those positions, both of those positions, and then have that controlled the way the offensive line coach is controlled. It was written to say that all the rules of the offensive line coach position apply to this rule, which basically meant owners weren't allowed to play kicker and punters. Now,
Right.
what ended up happening is nobody has, since that rule started, as the kicker and punter rule, nobody has actually had a player play both a kicker and a punter. So I think it got forgotten.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
and
like.
then because my player Bobby Ray Beauchamp started this last season, season 18. He was a kicker, and he was named after my mother, who passed away on October 31st. And so that was important to me to be able to do that. But then I found out just last week, like everybody else did, that wait a minute, we passed this rule 2 seasons ago. Never been able to play a kicker in the first
Gotcha.
place.
Okay.
So that's basically what I understand of the situation.
Okay, I see Liam Crowder's in the house now, by the way. I see High Flying Dwarf. Eddie Gage is there, too. You guys are both owners, been around a minute. If you guys want to throw in the chat, does what Dwayne said sound accurate? And then also in the chat, Ray says, it says owners cannot be O-line coaches. So, Yogi, let me go back to you for a minute. As we wave to where'd the ghost go in your... Mike, what happened to your ghost?
It comes and goes, Dave.
That's what she said. Hey-o. So,
Hey-o.
we'll be here all night, folks. Well, not much longer actually, but Yogi. So does the rule say that we can't be, or that owners can't be offensive line coaches, or that they can't be offensive line and kickers and punters, or what's the deal?
I was looking for the rule and I got stuck on this one. It says
we're gonna go down a whole nother rabbit trail. Watch this.
Wait. It says if you leave for less than 2 full seasons, you don't regress. So you got less than 2 full seasons.
Wait. Read it one more time.
If you are retired for less than 2 full seasons, you do not regress. So you have
I thought it was
time
one
to come
season.
back. It's 2 full seasons. 1 plus doesn't work.
Oh my God!
You got to make all the way. You got plenty of time.
That's even better. Woo! All right.
It's both because the rule says they can't be line coaches or special teams coaches, which is kicker.
Okay, so
Both
just
kickers.
hypothetically speaking, I could sit out season 19 and season 20 and come back for season 21 at my value I'm at now?
And be a punter.
As long as you come back before 2 full seasons. You'd have to come back at the end of season 20, before the end.
Oh, before the end. So
Yes.
and I don't know, are we still at that you can only come back up until week 8 rule thing? Is that so? Is it?
Yeah, so you'd have to come in earlier. Yeah, you'd have to come back
Eddie's
earlier.
saying negative in the chat. Okay, hold on. Why doesn't?
Wait a minute.
Hold on, let me see. Dion, I'm trying. It might be for something. Why doesn't Yogi have this rule book memorized already? Is what Art Vandalay wants to know.
Yeah, thanks, Art.
Oh, it says less than 2 seasons. Okay, so
That's what I just said.
So Eddie's saying negative to me, I think, right? So so basically, okay, and so basically, the way the rules are written, you really only have a season and a half.
Yeah, really.
Right. Okay. All right. Did Eddie or Liam respond to my question about if Dwayne was accurate?
But I wanted you to tell Worm that other rule.
That he can come back in a year and a half or season and a half. Hey, he's listening. He's still on here. He's listening. Okay, so Yogi's not even retired yet. I know. I'm wondering why Yogi was looking at it. All right, so Mike, let me bring this back to you. Based on what you heard Dwayne say, and it sounds like some of the owners in the chat are in agreement. Does it sound like something you think needs to change before season 19? Something they need to look at in this offseason?
Well, yeah, because I mean, if owners and owners shouldn't be restricted.
I agree.
I mean, they're players too. They're paying for it. But
well, we've had that, Mike. If you remember, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to jog your memory. Way back when, somewhere in Access Live in the show, probably I don't know, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, that topic came up about should owners be allowed to be in the good positions, right? Be allowed to be quarterback and halfback, whatever. And there was a good argument for both. There was some for saying, hey, they have the most investments, so they should be able to reap, the most benefits. There were people saying that it's not right, that they should, set the team up, whatever, and then take the lesser positions. And I find it ironic now that we've literally come half circle now, and we're talking about the other end of it, that owners should be allowed to be the lowest, but right now they're not allowed to be.
yeah, and that's weird because the rule book is only saying that they can't be coaches, the O-line coach or special teams coach. It doesn't specifically say they can't be singularly an offensive lineman or a special teams player.
Right. So you just can't be an offensive line coach. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Rastelli says it's 100% you can't be one or the other. So they can't just be a singular player either, which is weird.
Wait, so are you?
and
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the rule book doesn't say that. So technically, Charles was okay, I guess.
You'd think, but Rastelli says no, that's wrong. That wasn't supposed to be that way.
Interesting. Somewhere in here, I saw Benji saying, "Can we go another hour so he can spend his 5,000 points highlighting messages?" And now everybody's highlighting their messages in the chat, trying to get all their points. Don't worry about this server. This Twitch channel's not going anywhere, folks. I have a funny feeling that it might be back in like a month and a half or so. I heard a rumor. I don't know anything about that, but Mike All, thank you, bro. Appreciate you always being here, man. Appreciate you bringing the good topics for us to talk about here. Thanks for all your work when we were doing Access Live and breaking down games and breaking down drafts, all that shit. You're another one of the guys who've been here almost since day one, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem, Dave. And you know what? If we do another show together, Dave, It's gonna be something involving root beer, Dave. I've got a bunch of root beer, so
All dat and a bag of chips. All dat and a bunch of root
a
beer.
bottle of root beer.
I don't know. I don't think that has the same ring to it.
No, it doesn't, Dave.
But you know what? We'll see if we can work something out in the future.
Sure.
Sounds good. And like a few of the others I mentioned, I'll see you next week, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Dave.
Yep. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you being here, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Mike all dat and a bag of chips. The final segment for him. And I told you guys that I'm going to give some of my thoughts as well here. Dave going to be QVC like show. Yeah, I'm going to start selling shit. There you go, Bullet. Attaboy. But before I do that, I wanted to do one other thing before I give my final kind of words and sign off. And I actually want to highlight somebody else. And as soon as I find the graphic, I will do that. I want to give some shout outs to Charles Doherty. Charles has been a very good friend, one of my best friends in the SFL. We have talked nearly every day for the last 2 years. And this franchise would have been nothing without him being here. He has been a very... Eddie Gage says, I'm old, I'm getting sleepy, wrap this up. Bro, if you leave, I'm not coming on your show on Friday if you bounce. Doesn't like a little blackmail. That goes for all of you who have shows. If you leave my show, I'm not coming on your show. I want to talk for a moment, and I'm going to go around to the panel. He's like, I don't fucking want you on my show. Eddie, you're in my head. Get out of my head, bro. Charles was very sacrificial for this franchise. If you look at the graphic, you can see he did whatever the team needed. He started out with Lee Pato because we needed a corner back when we started this franchise. Then we needed a fullback, and he retired Pato and brought back Sudo Nakai, which was his running back from Vancouver, or fullback from Vancouver, I think he was. This last season, like we just talked about, we needed a punter. So LA Sites was created, LA being the initials for his two granddaughters. I think, Greg, and I'll start with you, that alone shows the type of person that Charles is, that he's willing to do whatever he needs to do for the franchise, and he puts everybody else before himself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was always like that. With me, specifically, I mean, he was just, he was always thinking about, hey, how you doing, Greg? I mean, sometimes he would just DM me, just like you said. I mean, you've probably been talking to him like every day. It got to a point there where Charles and I, over the past, I say 2.5 seasons, literally DM'd or talked to the guy every single darn day.
Yeah.
Just about something, and sometimes it wasn't even about SFL stuff, I owe a lot of my coaching stuff that I do now to Charles. He put something in my head, and like I said before, he just kind of threw it out there. It was his vision, and he let me, help bring it to fruition, like this year. So he was always like that, though. He always wanted to do what was right for the team, for the locker room, and I really appreciate him bringing me here and meeting all of you, and Charles is just he's a cool cat.
Yeah, he is. Real quick in the chat before I go to Yogi and Albert, Mark Chisholm, Pato, another Swarm alumni. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. He was a DB there, right? First in the season, I think was the season when they he was a non-contract player, I think, right? Before he went to Vancouver. Yogi, I'm going to save you for last on this one since you've been here a while. Albert, let me, me and Greg were pretty instrumental in bringing you over to Lone Star, but since you've been here, you've had to work hand in hand with Charles every day. Talk to us about the type of owner, the type of man, the type of person that Charles has been to you.
Well, I got to kind of a little piggyback on Greg. Charles would hit me up every day to see how I was doing. No matter what, we talk about SFL, we talk about just life in general. He was a really a good guy. I'm gonna miss him in the coaches chat. I'm gonna miss him in the locker room. He when you guys got me to come over, it wasn't like he didn't trust me at all. He just open arms. Hey, you're part of the LSG family. Welcome to the family. And never had a bad moment or a bad thing to say about me. You guys, bust my chops, but
Of course, that's what we
do. That's what you guys do because you're family, and that's something like when you guys do it. That's who I think of first because that's how Charles was. He wanted us all to be family like that. So I'm gonna miss him. I didn't want him to leave, but I'm gonna miss him.
Agreed. Yogi, we've been here since almost day one, bro. We came in around the same time. You came in a little before I did. We played different teams that first season, but then Charles brought us all together, man. And, if it wasn't for Charles buying the team, and let's be honest, at the time was Wally as well. It was Charles and Wally together. But on our side of the house, we dealt with Charles all the time. And Charles, like it says on the graphic, Yogi, he was a player and a sacrificial player at that, willing to do whatever he needs to do for Lone Star. He was the owner, obviously. He was a mentor to all of us. But at the end of the day, bro, he's our friend, man. He's good peeps. Like I said, he's one of my best friends here. And just tell everybody what Charles has meant to you, man.
There would be no LSG family if it hadn't been for Charles. He's the one that created it, made it out of nothing. He made our dreams come true of playing together. Yeah. We joked about it when we were rookies. We hey, one day we'll all play together. Yeah.
It was you,
and
me, Coach, Dougie. It was like a bunch of us. Yeah.
And boom, and Big Al, it just happened.
Oh, yeah.
It happened right away. Second year. I've always appreciated him for that. I've always appreciated him for being the mentor. He taught me a lot. I helped him with progressions and learned a lot about progressions, helping him with them. He taught me some of the ins and outs. Just been great to play with. It was great meeting him last year. I got to spend a lot of time with him. I brought him a case of Yingling just to show him how much he meant to me.
That's awesome.
That's what it was all about. Gonna miss him a lot. But we're gonna dedicate to winning to him. We're gonna get us a championship to make him proud, and he'll be the owner emeritus of LSG to us.
Good. Yep. Absolutely. I know we're long, you guys, but to be honest with you, I don't care. It's the last show. People are talking from the heart, so we're gonna go a few more minutes. I want to bring Gunny in real quick, and then anybody else that's on Lone Star that's in the blue room right now. Gunny, you've heard everything that's been said about Charles. Do you want to expand on some of that, maybe?
Oh no, I'm just like everyone else said. I'm glad I got to meet him in person. I got him I outbidded everyone. Got him the LSG banner last season at the convention. So I know he enjoys that. I know he enjoyed the LSG locker room and being a teammate and a friend to everybody. I'm gonna miss him, but I sure as hell am glad that I know him and call him a friend.
Absolutely. Is Freddie in here? Freddie, did you want to say something about Charles, bro?
Yeah. Charles, he was really a big influence in me. All that I do in the scouting and the other things I do. And I always had an open door if you ever had any problems, like a lot through with my mom and stuff. And that door open anytime you needed to. You could always go to him. He always had sound advice. And I'm going to miss him, but I know he's not going far. I know where he's at. So, it's going to be a new chapter. With Charles is always going to be Charles. He had me rolling and laughing sometimes. I was hurting sometimes. And that's what Charles was. Charles was a fun guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be missed here at LSG, but he's not far off. He'll be in shouting distance if you need him.
Yep, he's around. All right, two more quick people, and then I'll give my final thoughts, and we'll wrap this up. Let me go to Jukin Rukin in the house. Jukin, let's be honest. You've spent the most time with Charles out of anybody because it was just you, Charles, and Wally in the locker room for a while.
Yeah. No, Charles, everybody's already said it. You know, he's a great guy, great friend, do anything for anybody. I remember it was not a couple weeks after I decided, all right, yeah, he talked me into staying. I really wasn't planning on it when my whole team quit. It was not anywhere near my plans to stay. He was a big part of it, just his character. And yeah, never forget him and always thank him because things have definitely worked out great for me. And just appreciate everything he's done.
It's been great, and you know what? We're glad you stuck around too, bro. All right, Nate Dogg, you got the last word. I think you're the last LSG peep that I see in the chat or in the blue room. So, Nate, take us home with Charles, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you and him were very instrumental in bringing me in from another team that we won't speak of, but hey, it worked out for the best, and I'm appreciative of everything that he's done for me and bringing me into Lone Star and providing me a home here with the Glory, and yeah, it's definitely gonna miss him, and I know he's not gonna be far away if we ever need to talk or anything like that, and just to DM away, but definitely not gonna be the same without him in the locker room, and definitely be missed, and definitely be a new chapter.
Yep, agreed.
Dave, you skipped over El Presidente.
Oh, I didn't see Bo. I'm sorry, Bo. All right, you got the last word now. As far as everything you've heard, everything you've heard about Charles, what do you have to say?
Yeah, everybody echoed it really, really well. You know, the sentiments of Charles, but you know, and first of all, it sounds like a eulogy, but it's not.
I know, right? Charles, he was a great guy. I mean, I love spending time with him.
It sounds like a eulogy, but it's not. Charles is alive and well, but it's the end of an era, and I think everybody appreciates the gravity of what's going on with Charles. You know, very few people in the SFL led with the passion that Charles led with. You know, he had it. He wore his heart on his sleeve. You always knew where you stood with Charles, and you always knew how he felt about the SFL and how he felt especially about the Lone Star Glory. And so he has started a very, very good tradition. He is the patriarch of the family, and because of that, you know, he will be missed. And so, you know, like you said, he's only a DM away. You know, and he and I have had several conversations, and you know, at this particular time, he just feels that this is the right thing for him to do. As far as the future holds, who knows what the future holds for Charles? But you know, his name will go up in the rafters of Lone Star. Absolutely. And you know, he will always be part of the Lone Star family, regardless of what his future holds for him. And so we just, you know, on behalf of Lone Star as the president, I want to say thank you, Charles, for everything that you've done, and we love you.
All right, panel, I'm about to sign off, so any final thoughts? Greg, I'll start with you. Lone Star, all the shows, whatever, anything you want to say, final thoughts before we sign off for the very final time.
No, man, I'll miss you, buddy. I'll miss you. You know, I don't know. We'll figure out. I mean, I've been doing some Sims, and it already feels weird. It already feels weird not having sleeves on the opposite side of me. That's funny. No, I appreciate every time you've brought me in here. Thanks a lot for everything. Just stuff that you've you know, talked to me about, you know, when it comes to the SFL, and actually most of our conversation has sometimes been outside the SFL. Yeah. So no, I appreciate everything. I'm happy to be on the final show for now.
Until Bo takes over.
Yeah, until it becomes the Bo show next season.
Elbow. The Elbow show.
You know, I know you're not going anywhere either. I look forward to beating your team in the SSF, and I look forward to hopefully helping your team in the hockey league win a championship.
Yep.
You know, and then some other little endeavors that we got going on. But yeah, man, I'll definitely miss seeing you in the games, seeing your player there, and hearing what's up, party people of LSG. So we'll have to figure something out. And I do promise I'll be the last progression every single week.
Just
next
in my honor. In my honor.
in
Thank
your
you.
honor, I will be the last progression.
I appreciate that. Albert, any final thoughts before we?
Two new owners already don't like that fucking idea.
I know, dude. Hey, listen, somebody's got to do it, bro. Listen, it's a tradition now, so it is what it is. Albert, final thoughts before we sign off.
Why do you always have to make me talk after Greg? Because he says everything.
I don't know, because Greg talks.
Why do you
a lot.
do that to me? Nah, I'm gonna miss you too, Dave. You're a class guy. You've always treated me right. I'll miss you. I know you're not that far away, and I'm on your hockey team too.
Yep.
So I will see you, but LSU will miss you and your one-handed catches.
Thank you.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And that's all that really matters, anyway.
That's all that matters. It's all about you, Dave. It's all about you, brother. And I've learned that from day one.
Hey,
The diva.
You're starting to make me sound like a diva all of a sudden.
The diva, not a diva. The diva.
There you
Get
go.
it right.
All right,
But I will-
Yogi, you got the thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yogi, you got the last word before I wrap this up.
What can I say, bro? We've been together since day one in this league.
Yep.
You know, what I was thinking when these guys were talking is, you know, the perfect comet is one that shines real bright and doesn't last a long time. and that was your career in here.
Yeah,
you shine
right,
bright
right.
and you didn't last a long time. But
dude,
if you're happy with it, then I'm happy with it.
I'm happy. Imagine if I had
You're
gotten
good
those,
with it?
God, if I had gotten those bookend chips though, bro, that would have been the best.
Well, I'm gonna offer you something here.
All right.
I want you to hang around in our front office channel as a consultant, a player personnel consultant. That's somebody we can pick your brain from time to time,
guess
so
you'll
you
have
can
to-
hang around.
I guess you'll have to talk to the league about that and see if that's allowed. I don't know.
Well, we'll find a room you can do that in.
All right,
So
we'll talk.
Don't worry about
there,
that.
There you go. There
But
you go.
you know, anything I can do to keep you around, keep your voice around us. Thanks for always having my back, and I hope you know I always had yours.
Absolutely.
Been a blast being on this show with you this year, and glad I got to meet Adam. And you know, go do your thing, bro.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. All right, party people.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Let's wrap
Yeah,
this
let's
show.
go.
Hey, where's that button where I get Greg to disappear? Where the fuck is that button? That should be the biggest button on here. Real quick, let me start to wrap this up like we wrap up every show. We still don't have the new information for Evan Lacey's killer yet, but if you have any questions, if you have any leads, whatever, please just reach out to Van Lacey. His Discord name is Evan Lacey. To find out what's going on with trying to find the people who murdered his son. It's a terrible situation that none of us ever want to go through, and he's going through it, and he's still going through it. So please reach out to him if you have any interest in that. Special thanks tonight, the party people, of course. The party people, you guys have been my favorite from day one. 2 years in this chat, hanging out, laughing, having fun, the banter back and forth, all that stuff. I've absolutely loved every minute of it. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't even do any shows. I love hanging out with you guys. I love having fun with you. And thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all just everything that you've done. The hype trains. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we had a hype train at the beginning of this show. We had another one that went to level 2. I can't thank the party people enough because honestly, without you guys, there is no show. There's no show. Got to thank my boy Ace Fennec, putting together all the videos, the highlights, the intro video, all of that stuff. Frank the Franchise Wade for doing all his segments, and he does graphics for me. Gunny for doing his segment, all his different segments on all of our shows. Bo Martin Jr. for doing all of our voiceovers. Bullet Beletsky to start off every show with his bullet points. Nate Hall for Nate's great plays. Yogi for What's Up Down South. Yogi. Mike All that in a bag of chips. The longest segment in the history of television. Fab56 Freddy, who we'll hear from after I give some final thoughts. Fab56 Freddy will sing his final Turn Out the Lights song. Thank you to the Baltimore Vultures who came on the show, as well as the new Motor City V8s with Dwayne and Colin.
And Dave, we forgot to mention. I just saw it real quick.
what?
Not that we want Mike All to have even more time.
Oh shit!
But the new GM in Canton.
Oh, has that been officially announced now? Oh,
Mike
all
All.
right, Mike All, congrats, bro. Is he still on here?
No,
Oh,
he
bounced.
bounced.
All right, he bounced. All right, so congrats to Mike All, of course. All right, so that's a special thanks, and then we always go to what's on tap next week. Absolutely fucking nothing. We're done. That's it. That's a wrap. We will not have a show next week because this is the last show. Normally, I'll go to Freddie, but I'm going to save Freddie for last. But instead, I want to start telling everybody to please have a glorious week. I've appreciated all of you over the last couple years watching the show on the video on demand, being in the chat, the whole 9 yards. It has been truly a blast. I've sincerely loved every second of it. But as a lot of things happen in life, we gotta put this bad boy to bed. We gotta put it to sleep. It's over. That's all she wrote, and it's bye time. So, one last time, goodbye, party people. I hope you have a glorious week. I hope you have a glorious off season. I hope you have a glorious season 19. And with that being said, I want to turn it over to my main man, Fab56 Freddy, for the very final song. Turn out the lights. Freddie, it's all you, bro.
Great show as always, Dave. And as our good buddy Dandy Don would close out the games, turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. We'll call it a night, the party's over. I guess there'll be no other song again. Good night, everybody.
All right, Freddie, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody that stuck around with us for almost 2.5 hours. We were between 40 and 50. We got up to like almost 60 people tonight. Thank you all. And I'm going to throw some shout outs real quick. Mike Twin Screw hanging out with us till the end. Ace Fennec, Albert Begin, Art Vandelay, Dynasty, Bob Funk, Bo Martin Jr., Bullet, Crazy Canuck, Crazy Eights, Chad Rowland, Dion Hawkins, David Leathers, Eddie Gage, Extra More, don't know who you are, Fear Dog, of course, Gunny McGuire, Hubba Breezy, Ike McBride, Mark Chisholm, Wyo, Master Guns, Mike All. Oh, Mike All's still on here, but he's not listening to us. Packer Fred, Ray, Rain Man, Remestino, Sneaky Tina, Spike, Trap, Claire, I don't know who you are. That's what she said. The Greg Soto, V&K, Cam Curtis, Hunter Norwood, it looks like, Frank the Franchise, Wade, and Yogi Bar. Thank you all for all of your support. Thank you for tuning in for the last couple of years. Appreciate all of you. I'm on to the next chapter, so we'll call it a night. The party's over. I'll see you when I see you. Good night now.